What is up, everyone, and welcome to the post-WrestleMania regularly scheduled hostilities with your host, Chuck Winchester, with your host, Yvonne DeBoard, and with your host, shut the fuck up, Josh DeBoard, the reigning, defending, unfortunately at WrestleMania, RSH Champion. But before you run your mouth, I want you to know that I picked Roman Reigns in my other league and won because of it. But I digress.
You guys were close. It was down to one.
It was down to the main event on both of my shit. Yep.
I just want to know, Vince booked it right because all the major championships stayed the same. The Universal, the World title.
I mean, all major championships. Oh, that's fair. This is the most important one, I think.
So
I was rooting for you to win. So
I appreciate you.
To be fair,
we're
my title reigns are longer than but Lashley and Roman's combined.
Well, don't worry about it because in just a few weeks we have WrestleMania
after
Backlash, and that title will be on the line because you have to get the Backlash from WrestleMania, and they had to make sure that we know that there's WrestleMania Backlash.
And then we get to Money in the Bank after WrestleMania.
That's fair. And we're right back to where we were a year ago.
Yeah, so SummerSlam after WrestleMania. They're just going to put after WrestleMania on all of them for the idiots over at Peacock.
Raw after WrestleMania. SmackDown. Dude, I seriously thought it was a joke. I saw that.
I did too.
You know, your apartment I saw or whatever. And then on Sunday they showed it. And I just thought they were showing it that night because of the road to WrestleMania.
I did too.
And then I was watching Raw. I'm like, they're actually calling it.
Yeah, they legitimately called it that.
And they've had Backlash after Mania for years, and we just knew it was.
I guess they put WrestleMania on it for the people on Peacock, so they knew that Backlash was connected to WWE for like the new people.
That makes sense, I guess.
It makes logical sense, but for us, it's like, what the fuck?
We're confused.
Talk about your spoon feeding, but but whatever. But yeah, congrats for winning the belt. That was a good job.
For now.
For now.
We're still bitter, so don't.
I could riddle it the whole time, but this thing's bulky as fuck.
Cruzy's watching. This is about time. We were a few minutes late, but guys, today was a huge day. It was another post-WrestleMania dark day.
Oh boy.
There were releases. We had to update. We got them updated. So stand by, and that's what we're going to get into here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, let me double check to make sure there isn't any more.
I know. I think there's like 9 on the list.
You posted that thing earlier, and I was like, all right, there's a few.
and then there's more.
You hit refresh, and there's like 8 more. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, man. So WrestleMania was a good time. We're going to get right to it. But first, there was, like we said, a
we're up to date.
Big deal today. So let's just get right into that.
How upsetting for me on some of these
guys. I mean, there's only one name. I'm like, holy shit. The rest, I'm like, I get it. I mean, I don't want anybody to get fired, you know. But they'll all be fine. They're all bigger names, too. So, like, Kalisto's been around. He's got money. He'll go somewhere. Probably that Mexico one, AAA, I think.
Good. Yeah,
he's a big.
Yeah, Lucha Underground, somebody like that.
Tucker. I don't think we're surprised about Tucker.
Tucker, we called him this show. That was an RSH exclusive months ago.
We called that.
As soon as they split him and Otis up, you kind of saw the writing on the wall. Wesley Blake, I mean.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
I don't know who that is. That's
he's part of the Forgotten Sons.
I like that team.
I forgot about that guy.
I like that team too.
Chelsea Green. I mean, unfortunately, I feel like injuries kind of derailed her there. I know they looked to push her at Survivor Series, and she got hurt in that.
She was big in like NXT.
She fell like outside and fell real hard or something.
Mickey James. I mean,
I'm not surprised with her.
She wasn't doing nothing really. Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, I guess. You know,
the thing with Mickey James, you know, she was huge 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And then she came back randomly, I might add. It didn't make much sense. And then since then, she didn't do much but put people over. And I can't tell you last time she was on TV.
I can't either.
So, I mean, I like Mickey James.
I think she was more in a backstage role, but it's like when people, which we'll get to Samoa Joe in a minute, everybody's like, he'll go to AEW. It's like, I don't think he'll wrestle.
I don't think
they'll put him backstage. You don't need 600 people backstage.
You don't.
Like, you got directors, you got people for advice. And
are we talking about Samoa Joe now?
No, I wasn't trying to, but like Mickey James is somebody who right now in WWE was just like a backstage
that's
kind of thing. I mean, they already have it. Like Tyson Kidd, booked all the way.
Huge fan of the
they
show,
don't need 1,000 page. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Bo Dallas, not very surprising. He hasn't been used for a long time.
I remember
him and Liv Morgan already pretty much have their business.
I don't believe in Bo Dallas.
I forgot about
after the B team shit. I'm done with it.
That was Josh's favorite time. Go.
Yeah, and this one about that too is like this past couple of weeks since the Fiend came back, they're all like, Bo Dallas is behind the mask.
It doesn't even look.
He's way too thin.
He wasn't behind the mask.
Like, to be fair, the Fiend did look slimmer.
I mean,
but he didn't look Bo Dallas.
No,
I can't wait till we get to
there's slim
match.
and there's like height.
To
like,
me,
he can't.
right.
I lost like 100 pounds in a year. I didn't lose 4 inches of height though.
Sure.
Like you can't lose height. It doesn't work that way.
To me, it looked like the Fiend just like put on some slim fit clothes, you know, and made his shit look a little because he got burnt.
Dry fit.
Dry fit. Yeah.
That's what I wear.
Slim dry
Slims
fit.
me down.
Yeah. So like you know, and so
you take it off. It's like what the fuck that come from?
And I think him being released today officially takes that theory away.
Yeah.
Debunks that theory.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the internet people. Well, Bo Dallas is still back there. This is all a work.
It's all a ploy. It's all this is all like double diesel shit.
And then the big one, Samoa Joe. I know we'll get to the Iconics for you here in a second, but Samoa Joe's the big name here.
Yep, that one threw most of myself and the internet off guard.
It threw me off too. I like
They took him off commentary. Most of us thought it was to get back in the ring. I don't know if he's still been medically cleared. I know he's had a ton of injuries since being with WWE.
Sure.
He had that one big match with Brock. He's fire on the microphone.
He even had injuries in TNA. Like,
did he?
Yeah, I mean, he goes all and look at his body type and just fucking throws.
He was
himself
great
in
on
shit.
commentary, but it's not one of those things.
It was surprising because he was like he did it for
I didn't
a long
think
time.
he'd get fired. The guy we're going to talk about after this, I had a slight fear would be, but I have one side I trust, and they've been saying they're building this guy back up.
All right, we'll get to that.
They weren't lying.
But first,
and it's not Dave Meltzer.
His jeans are too tight.
Oh my god, Brian Elver is a fucked hard too.
That is, but I see him on Twitter.
That's Meltzer's sidekick. They do a podcast together.
Is that right?
Sounds about right, don't it?
That's why he's popular.
All right, Yvonne. The Iconics are both officially future endeavored.
I feel about that.
Awful.
Why do you like them?
I've always liked
She has their T-shirt.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I've always liked them. They're both okay. Besides that, has nothing to do with that. They're both talented to me. I like them both as a team. Yeah, they were kind of annoying. They could have healed them better without the annoyance, but they split. They're the first women's tag team champions. They won them at Mania.
The first, say that again. I'm sorry.
They were the first women's tag team champions.
Oh, were they really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they won them
at Mania.
Oh shit!
So
look at that.
Great.
They had their moment.
Man.
Great thing right there. Then here we go. Let's split them up.
That was dumb when they split.
I didn't agree with the split up.
Biggest mistake, because what did it do for both of them? Billy Kay's walking around with it. And that, yeah. But
here's the thing,
it's garbage, man.
At least Billy Kay and Samoa Joe got that WrestleMania payday on their way out because Billy Kay was on the card.
With Carmella, yeah.
But the thing is, like, it's sad they all get released, but there is like a payout for them. They do go through the 90-day thing, and most of these people, if you think about it, they probably wanted out, and they probably wanted to go. Bo Dallas, I think, pretty much prepared for his life after wrestling.
Yeah, you said you are mentioning like a business, right?
Yeah, him and Liv Morgan are a real life couple. They're running a real estate business. He's prepped for life.
I didn't
after,
know that.
That's cool.
The Iconics, I'm sure, will show up together somewhere, on AEW or somewhere. Tucker, they said he's already linked to Ring of Honor, so there you go.
That's fair.
Mickie James' husband's NWA champion, so should probably go there. Chelsea Green, Zack Ryder's girlfriend, should probably go there. Wesley Blake, he'll probably just be forgotten wherever he goes. So
that's Josh's.
Don't be racist.
But he's not the one that was.
Oh, I got you.
The one that is with Elias.
Oh no!
Unbelievable.
They cut the other two.
Is that the other guy?
So yeah, Steve Cutler, who got cut a month ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Funny.
But anyway, and everybody's freaking out like Velveteen's still employed. It's like as shitty as it is to say it, that's because Velveteen has star power. Yeah. And I'm sorry,
Andy has something. Never mind.
I don't know if any of Mickey did back in her day, but now it's just hard. It's hard. It sucks that they're losing their job. It really does. But I'm not surprised. They do this every year.
They do.
Oh, no.
You know what date they did WWE releases last year?
What was the date?
4/15/2020. Guess what today is? 4/15/2021.
I mean, oh man,
this is their day.
That's what they do.
Yeah, I mean,
we knew it. We've talked about this before.
Yeah, that's not. John Cena was almost one of them back in 2002. Like that's just what happens.
I didn't know that.
It's unfortunate. They'll end up on their feet. I mean, Drake Maverick ended up with like a hell of a storyline out of it. So if
he did.
One of them
came back.
If one of them tear up or something, they might get a run.
Start trying on camera, you'll be back. I mean, look at Drew McIntyre. He got fired. He came back. Look at Mick Foley. He was fired like 7 times.
It's not the end for a lot of them. They'll land somewhere else.
Right. For a few of them, it's probably going to be the end with WWE. Mickey James for sure.
Tucker,
Chelsea
Blake.
I mean, even with Tucker has a chance to come back. You know, Chelsea Green we could see back.
Yeah.
I would think Kalisto is probably done.
Yeah,
but
he's been there for a while.
But some of the younger
Yes.
ones, I would
Mhm.
probably say they have the opportunity to
Well,
come
Peyton
back.
Royce dates Sean Spears for whatever reason, so she'll
It's-
probably
that's
go with
disgusting,
him.
Yeah.
Billy Kay.
That's disgusting.
I don't know. July 14th is the soonest they can sign for people ask. People's already been like, oh, they're going to AEW
90
next week.
days.
No,
Well, that's
July 14th. July 4th, they're not going anywhere next week or the week after.
people
the week
that
after,
say
they have
that
90
they don't know
days.
what
Still
they're
getting
talking about.
paid.
They don't
Yep, they're
know.
getting paid to sit at home. So
Can't let,
could be worse.
can't.
Now let's segue to something positive.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody who's at home due to injury, Aleister Black,
All
is
right.
due to return.
If they put him
soon.
in a tag team with Ricochet, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
I'd be excited, actually,
No.
as long as they're both heel.
It'd be terrible.
Put him in the hurt business.
They've already-
In the hurt.
Anyway, WWE is currently reportedly filming vignettes for him to return as a heel. He was drafted to SmackDown, but we all know that doesn't matter. And everybody's already
No,
forgot
the
that he was
draft's
drafted to SmackDown.
irrelevant,
I had
yeah.
to Google it myself.
I forgot
So,
about him altogether.
Which
Aw.
brand he
I did.
appears on
It's been all the time since he's been
is
on
to be
TV.
determined. So
Hopefully SmackDown.
I was glad
Better
that
than Raw.
his name wasn't on this list.
Yeah.
Sure. Surprisingly, actually.
So they are ready for a full-fledged heel push for Aleister.
Let's
going
do it,
forward.
man.
I'm
So-
ready.
Let's get it done.
I'm ready for that.
You know, and I would say, let's talk about that brand. Let's say he went to Raw, he could get into a feud.
I was going to say, which show needs him more?
I think SmackDown already has its talent when it comes to the main event stuff.
You got Roman, Seth as your heels,
He could
right?
feud with. Oh yeah, I mean he was gonna be a heel. He could feud
We
with
always
Rollins.
talk that Raw needs everything.
Yeah.
Raw's just got a deeper roster because they're fucking 3 hours. So you got Lashley's a heel, Orton's a heel, the Fiend's a tweener. A Fiend versus Black feud would be
Oh,
great
that'd
though.
be awesome. Yeah.
Sure,
But-
That's Raw. Yeah.
SmackDown's got Roman, Seth's technically a heel,
Yep.
Apollo. They really Edge, but is he even SmackDown?
I'm not. I mean,
I guess
yeah,
he's sticking around SmackDown.
Yeah.
I expect Edge, which we'll get into. I expect Edge to fight Roman at Backlash
Yeah.
because they'll play the whole Daniel Bryan was at the bottom and got pinned shit.
Dude, I seriously hope it's a triple threat again.
And Edge is gonna be like, I didn't get touched.
Yeah.
I deserve.
No,
my
they make it a
opportunity."
one-on-one, and then Bryan gets his way back in it again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would fucking love that.
Same storyline.
I feel Edge's pain though. I would be not happy myself.
Oh, sure. I mean, because Edge, there's an argument that Edge wasn't pinned because even though Reigns did pin them both, but technically,
And on SmackDown tomorrow, I bet you he'll come out and talk about that talk exactly that.
Yeah, so
It's what he
before we
would
get
do.
into Mania, because that's going to be what mostly we talk about, you guys think anybody's coming up for SmackDown tomorrow? Io Shirai was not on NXT this week.
She was not.
And she wasn't mentioned, and it looks like they already moved forward with Raquel's going up against. They actually had a few women come out and call her out. So maybe Io's going to show up on SmackDown tomorrow.
I gotta be honest, I've totally forgot to watch NXT on
Oh, for
Tuesday.
fuck's sake.
You don't know what you're.
I was a thing.
They took the strap off Escobar because apparently he impressed so much. Escobar might be showing up on Raw or SmackDown here soon after that ladder match.
There you go.
See, Kushida took the belt off of him.
Oh, I didn't.
That was,
It was one of those shock victories.
right. It was good shit last week.
I could see
Um,
her on SmackDown. I really can.
Io, I think her time to come up
I like
now
Io.
too.
Oh man, shake John Cena. Her time is now. Word up.
I'm trying to think if they like Adam Cole is still on NXT.
Bad.
Kyle O'Reilly will be on next week. I'm trying to think if they left anybody off. LA Knight wasn't on, but I don't think he's coming up this fucking
Balor
soon.
wasn't on.
Balor's selling right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got all beat up.
Apparently, Balor and Walter might be a thing because the next
Finally, the
takeover's in
feud.
UK.
Finally.
Dude, they were supposed to feud last
I know,
year.
We were talking about it a lot on this show.
I will
yeah, I think
absolutely
tomorrow-
watch that show.
So the
So-
Raw after Mania was a complete shit show. The only thing that happened was the
What?
Viking Raiders are back.
You know, I didn't think Raw was all that terrible. I know.
Well, it's like the
everybody
Raw
said
after
that.
Mania.
It's supposed to be
and
epic, and it wasn't.
Nothing
Right.
happened.
Right. It wasn't epic.
Do you know why
Like,
he's so
they
bitter?
put him in a
Because Charlotte came back.
Yeah,
That's why
that was
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
That was
and
a-
like
that was a good
people want to
promo.
talk. All right,
That was a good
so
promo.
it's the same promo. She's like, if you want to talk about repetitive,
And she's
like she
she's-
cuts the same.
and she's like
bullshit
fans
promo
like you. I'm like
every
Josh.
time.
She's
Yeah,
talking to
it's
she's
great.
pointing at Josh.
It's great, but don't say Roman shit's boring and repetitive and say Charlotte's fire. She literally just takes that same piece of paper Vince gives her, and every time she comes back from a
You
plastic
get so
surgery,
upset,
she
guys.
says it
The
again.
difference is she has charisma when she
Oh
says
my
it.
god, no, she
Unlike
doesn't.
Roman, who has his
How can
hair
you
in a
tell?
bun, it says, "We'll ship up my family."
That's not charisma.
Huh?
That's
You know,
liposuction.
you know I know The Rock, right? That's Roman Reigns.
No, Charlotte's cheeks don't like. No, stop.
How does he do it?
Same
He watches
fucking
or
promo.
doesn't he?
Same promo
You can-
every
so-
time. Same.
You were
bullshit.
just upset because she was looking at you.
So
and
Raw
pointing at you on the
was-
TV.
You got a
Right.
Firefly Funhouse. I guess we're getting Fiend versus Alexa. that'll be something to watch going forward.
He was very
let's
upset.
not bypass Alexa's promo, not because of what she said. I have no idea what she said.
Lily, I think, is going to end up being
But
Nikki Cross.
that could be fine. But holy shit, did you see how she looked on Monday night?
She always
Alexa
looks
Bliss.
great.
I know, but this night was different.
I just told Josh
She had like a corset on.
She costed his guy to lose. I wouldn't. I mean,
It was weird. We'll get to that.
People hate it.
Oh, that's my
People
excitement
hated
to
it.
come out.
I hated it, but then I try to think
I don't get it.
long term. What do they? Because I'm just going to adapt the
They don't
mindset
know.
that wins and losses with the Fiend don't mean a damn thing. He's
Yeah.
just storytelling at this point.
Agreed. It's,
I don't know where this is going to lead. He said he's back and better than ever. So
Didn't look
in his
like it, did
Firefly Funhouse this week, we'll see what happens. I don't know where he's
He's
going,
just
who
back.
he's going to target. He's back,
He's just back.
and now he's just lingering. And
I
we'll see
got-
what
No more
happens.
Randy Orton, which is
I got
good.
Yeah.
excitement from him.
He
winning
took
that
the
one.
Claymore and that triple threat, and I think he's going to take some time off.
He deserves it.
Yeah,
he
he
had a
needs-
killer of a
he
year.
needs to.
He had a hell of a year.
He
Too much
needs to
off.
take time off.
He'll be back in time for his SummerSlam build, I'm sure. Probably around Money in the Bank or something. SummerSlam's what, August? It's
Or
April.
Put him in money.
So
in the
give him
bank.
back.
There you go.
Bring him back in June, July, whatever.
Put Orton
Sure,
in money in
yeah.
the bank. There
Give
we
him
go.
some spring off.
So Raw was
Yeah.
shit. Again.
It was average at best.
All right. So T-Bar and Mace are going to join the Hurt Business.
That was the worst thing.
So like I'm sitting on the couch and they come out and I'm like, what the actual fuck?
And MVP's
Yeah,
coming
man.
out behind
So it's
him.
like, well, as much as those two look badass, I just hope next week to do like a thing where they come out to the ring and MVP's like, all right,
Take the
yeah,
shit off.
we're not doing this shit anymore.
Oh.
like you exist.
Dio and Dijakovic. Welcome to the Hurt
There
Business.
you go.
name
And just
basis.
stop it right there. Like, then
Yeah.
I'm in with it.
It's time to
Because
change that shit.
if you put those two together, that's a badass team.
Sure.
Yeah,
They've
are.
always been the two people in the Hurt
You've
Business.
always
or-
said
sure.
that.
They were always doing Retribution. That
By the
had
way,
potential.
speaking of Mace, he's also a big fan of the show.
Yeah,
You
he
did
actually
one
got
night.
in our
He
comments.
crashed in
Yeah,
our-
he
yeah,
did.
He crashed our shit once.
we
He
got-
said, "Put me over."
Well-
I think that's the most they actually got put
What
over.
was that group name again? Because I forget.
Retribution.
Retribution invaded RSH one night.
It is.
Yeah.
So it was cray. Anyway, we won. As you
It was
It's
can
funny
see.
because back in those days they were feuding with the Hurt Business. Now they're joining.
Now they're
them,
like
apparently.
helping them out. Yeah.
We'll see.
Your reaction when they came on John, he's
I
like,
just
"Is that
said-
MVP?"
I just said, what
You
the
were-
fuck?
you
Like,
were just- he was just-
First, Drew won again, so I was like, okay, you could have
I know,
not
dude.
given me a triple threat match.
Dude, I'm over. Here's what I wish would have happened
It's-
at WrestleMania. I wish Bobby Lashley won it at
Mhm.
WrestleMania, and I want McIntyre to just not be in the main event title for at least 3 months.
I know, right?
Because Jesus Christ.
I wanted to
We're
see
sick
him
of
like.
it. We really
I
are.
wanted to see him like win Money in the Bank and have to like. Then he's like, all right, Drew's going to get his shit at some point.
Sure, working back up.
Yeah, I
But
thought that's where
man.
they were going to go after Mania. Like, let's take him
But
all the
he-
way back down.
Yeah.
And let's build him up to next year where
Nope.
he can win in front of a full crowd. Again.
WrestleMania Backlash.
He's like getting up opportunities over and over. We understand.
I
he's
still don't
good.
think he's
Like,
winning there.
He's not.
I would
Like,
agree with you.
I think fucking Hurt Business is going to restock. I'm still waiting for Keith
I don't know. We're-
Urban?
Lee.
No.
Fuck's sake.
I love watching Raw with him because now his favorite's back and Josh is just a mess.
Yeah, I do miss me some Keith Lee.
It is weird not having him on.
Raw after Mania, I think of the people that come up and nothing happened. I mean, I'm glad the Viking Raiders are back. I mean, the tag team division desperately needs a
They
team.
need
a real
That's
team.
an actual team.
I wish it was the AOP rather than the Viking Raiders.
Well, they're released.
I know, but the Viking Raiders don't give a shit
And the
about.
Viking Raiders, they were a.
Well, they've been gone
They
for
were
over a
they were
year.
tag champions.
I didn't
on Raw,
even
too.
experience it last
were.
night because they took it off Hulu. I didn't even see it. I saw the internet, but I did not get the Viking
did-
experience when I was watching Raw. It's bullshit.
They,
See what I did there, the experience. I don't think.
yeah, that was that name they had. That everybody hated.
For a day.
I was trying to think, is there anybody else that came back that or was it just them? Because nothing really happened. You think the
Yeah.
NXT people that
I
have
can't
kind of
think of
their
anybody
time's
else.
over
Nobody from
come up?
NXT. Nobody.
We'll find
The only big surprise their moment they were thinking it would be was when T-Bar and Mace attacked. Yeah, that was
Well,
their
now we're
big-
just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like
that was
I mean,
you.
I
mean,
don't understand.
know.
And if they keep them with the same name and shit, because
You're
the
not
whole
good-
thing with Retribution is Ali named them that.
right.
On, you know, this is how you should feel with a terrible name like mine. Like now he needs to be MVP needs to take that shit off
and fix
their face.
Fix
They're
it.
and
not
be like,
Bane.
you guys are going to be machines. And
It's-
they could. They
it's
could
no
be a
longer-
tag team. That could,
Yeah.
It's no longer 2020 or 2012 Dark Knight Rises.
Show us your face.
and I had
They
two
lost.
huge issues with it. Where the fuck was AJ Styles?
Yeah.
And where the fuck was Sheamus?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
crown them, but and
Yeah.
Omos.
Yeah, and almost. Yeah, they weren't
So
even
like
on. Yeah.
they have their big moments at Mania,
3-hour show, no AJ Styles.
and they
Are they?
They put
insane?
Sheamus on Raw Talk. That's cute.
Oh, that's real.
But no AJ Styles or
No,
Omos
it's
when he
not.
wins the Grand Slam title, and Omos looks like an absolute freak.
Well, that's just the
Yeah.
point of that Grand Slam title nonsense. Nobody cares. Those titles are irrelevant.
Well, it's something that they can.
It's something.
He's a Grand Slam
It's something
champion.
they threw together for him last minute. Is what
Yeah,
it was.
well,
But
like, where was he on Raw?
that's exactly my point.
They have
It's-
no
it's sad.
respect for Styles or
Yeah.
all. This is how Raw is.
And Styles is arguably, I'll say arguably, but in my opinion, the best thing they got going on Raw. And he's not even on the post-Mania show. That's a 3-hour show. What in the blue hell is going on?
Like you seriously leave him out.
It was interesting.
But yet we have McIntyre doing the same shit McIntyre's been doing for the last
And
year.
he's on every week. We get that.
And we get Charlotte. I do love me some Charlotte, but we got her twice, And it's just like we got fucking T-Bar doing stuff, but there's no AJ Styles.
That was just hilarious. Charlotte's thing. She's like, fans like you need to learn to respect me. She's like pointing, and Josh is like, literally, she's pointing at Josh.
She was. She saw
Literally.
Josh. Yeah.
She's like, fans like you need to learn to bow down. He about puked. So it's funny.
Yeah, I totally want to see like a Triple H and Charlotte tag team event, the king and queen of wrestling.
You need to learn to like
Bow
get
down.
used to it.
And
Why?
like they can come out and Triple H is where he wears that skull for his king entrance, and like Charlotte puts one on as well. And it's come down together. Bow down to the queen.
And also her promo, she was saying it wasn't her naming all the stuff that wasn't her fault. Like this happened. She's back, and now she's gonna be in the top picture. It looks like.
It's a question. Yes, it's possible if Charlotte put on that same skull Triple H wears and they came out together, we couldn't tell which one was which.
Josh is we know you're a biggest fan. We know.
Dude, Charlotte's awesome.
All right, let's go to WrestleMania and talk. Where Charlotte was not, thank God.
I know, right?
Thanks, Lacey, for getting pregnant.
Charlotte's like, is it my fault she got pregnant?
No,
I didn't have sex with her. This is bullshit.
It's funny how she goes, no. She kept saying no.
All right, let's go to positive at Mania. Seth and Cesaro.
Hell of a match.
Great match.
Great match.
It's like
Cesaro
what? How many
won
times?
23.
23. Wow.
I put 9 on my predictions.
Well, at least you still won.
I did win.
You did.
Dude, it came down to me and Amy Cruzy, which is John's wife, who does not watch wrestling ever, and she came down to me and her at WrestleMania. It was the best.
Kevin and Travis, it's nice to see you guys are still. You're doing about as good as you guys did when I was in that
And I
group.
have to admit, I kind of wanted her to win because of the hilarity that it would have been.
Yeah, it would have been much more enjoyable.
It would have been embarrassing for all of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's as what actually I was going to talk about this little story too, because I know I picked Edge on this one, and I thought I picked Edge across the board. And so we're sitting there, doing our thing, and then they text me like, "Hey, who did you pick, Ben?" And I said, "Well, let me rephrase this."
We don't know who that is.
Chuck, who
We
did
don't
you
know who
pick?
that is, honestly.
And I said, "I picked Edge." And so we're rooting for Edge, and then Kevin's like, "You picked Roman." Fuck! I don't remember picking Roman, but apparently I did. My Saturday morning coffee brain said pick Roman last minute, and that's what happened.
That's what me and Josh was talking about. We should. I was wanted to pick Lashley. I should have known better.
We sat here last
We
week. It was
did.
like Lashley. It's like,
Lashley.
but Drew's going to get his moment. But as soon as they said it was first, I should have fucking known.
Exactly.
What moment is he going to have?
Kick it
Oh,
off, right.
WrestleMania night 1. It's like,
Right.
okay.
Who did I pick? Did I pick Lashley too, or McIntyre?
We
too?
all picked
We all met
McIntyre.
McIntyre.
We all should have known better. When it's kicking off a
We knew
show,
better.
title ain't changing.
We knew.
Yeah.
We knew so much better.
That's a good point.
Poor
Good match though.
It
It was
was.
as good as we thought. Drew or Cesaro and Seth was as good as we thought.
It was very good.
It was good.
Tore it down, hands down.
Cesaro got his moment too in front of fans.
He did.
He did.
Maybe this leads to a push.
I hope so. I really want that to be a push, and I would love to watch a Cesaro versus Aleister Black match. Holy
Yeah,
crap!
that'd
Could you
be-
imagine?
Cesaro is a babyface.
Yeah, he
Right.
is.
That would.
Yep.
It'd be
That would
perfect.
fit. Yep.
It'd be fun.
I would do Cesaro versus Apollo
Sure.
and have Black cost him the championship.
Yeah,
that way
makes
Apollo
sense,
stays
yeah.
with it and you start that feud from there.
I mean, Apollo's going to be future endeavored in a year, but
Stop
that's
it.
cool.
I'm with you on that. He can
Stop
take
it.
his little gimmick too with him.
Yeah,
Stop.
that gimmick's not going to go anywhere. They're trying real hard. They're making it happen right
I'm
now.
trying to ignore that
But
gimmick when he's on TV.
Those gimmicks don't have longevity. I'm just saying.
Good match.
It was really good.
I'm gonna let this one marinate for a while.
Oh, no.
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Oh God!
I thought it was pretty good. I popped when the Logan Paul guy got stunned. He did seem kind of lost out there.
That was fun.
But
yeah, that dude, I can't remember his name ever, only because he looks like Ken from Toy Story 2. And my brain, by default, won't remember the name of people who look like Ken from Toy Story 2. But that match was pretty good, and the stunner was nice. So,
and the Logan guy, he turned on Sami Zayn, which I was.
I mean, and you guys realize, too, you saw how this was the Stone Cold Mike Tyson, Shawn Michaels match to the T, to the push and everything. Remember when Shawn Michaels got pushed by Mike Tyson and Sami Zayn got pushed by this guy, Ken? Yeah. Like, that's what happens.
Yeah.
like
AKA Ken.
And then, I mean, everything was the exact same, almost. That push was like, that's such a Stone Cold Mike Tyson.
It was a good match. It prolongs the same. I'm glad you guys talked me out of picking Sami Zayn. It just prolongs his fucking conspiracy thing.
Sure.
And
he's still completely lost his mind though. But who doesn't want Sami Zayn?
Sami Zayn's fucking entertaining.
He's hilarious. I love Sami Zayn.
Dude, I love that documentary shit. Sami Zayn, he is a really good comedy relief character right now. At the same time, still being serious and still entertaining you in the way that you want to be entertained as a professional wrestling fan. Unlike R-Truth, which is pure comedy. Sami's is good.
I still think this is going to lead to them teaming up.
Probably. I hope so. I mean, I'd be fine with that. They're best friends.
They need a tag team title run.
I thought it was really cool that as best friends, they finally got to wrestle each other at WrestleMania. Yeah. They got teary.
Yeah, so let's not go over. Hold on, we got some comments. We started popping all of a sudden.
Oh, Sebastian.
Yeah. Happy birthday, by the way.
Happy birthday, brother.
It's hilarious.
Happy birthday.
But let's not. We breezed. So me and Chuck watched WrestleMania Night 1. So there was 2 goosebump moments. One, when Vince came out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wasn't a better way to start that.
Nope,
We're debating on this show. Yep. Fucking Hulk Hogan's going to come out.
Yep.
We're going to hear Burn It Down. No, Vince comes out with the whole roster. Thanks, everybody. I'm getting goosebumps. I don't think he's thinking about it. It was great. You hear the chanting of the fans are there.
Oh, yeah.
Then 2, we had a fucking rain delay.
Oh, yeah, first ever,
so,
man.
Like, we were at Roosters.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
We're grown ass and we're eating wings and drinking beer, talking about wrestling.
Yeah, I did have wings too. Yeah, I did man up that night.
Yeah. So,
you should get hamburgers.
And then, we're on the dirt sheets. Like, and I was like,
rain delay.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. And I was like, dude, Chan Man, good follow on Twitter. Follow him. Don't know his handle, just find him. But he's like, at WrestleMania, rain. Now I show Chuck and he's like, oh, fuck. And then the dirt sheets are like, rain delay. And it was like, there's no way. It was about an hour rain delay.
Dude, I don't think the show, like, we didn't see a match until like 8:45.
So they throw it backstage to unscripted promos.
It's very NASCAR-like.
Yeah. It's like, who's available? Throw them on. Right. Throw them on. And Kevin Owens.
He had a good one.
Had a great one.
For sure.
Drew McIntyre I think he's just pissed off. It's like, it's my fucking time. Now it's raining. I had no fans. Now it's fucking raining.
How do you not feel for that, though? His first Mania, fucking no fans. COVID destroyed it. Second Mania, fans, weather delay. For the first time ever. Yeah. Both of those things, unprecedented. Both of those things, first time ever.
And Drew's promo before he goes and wins the Royal Rumble this year is going to be first
please,
COVID.
No. Right. Anybody
then rain.
Please.
Then I lost. I didn't lose. I passed out.
Right.
Now I'm winning it back.
Yep.
I'm just saying. You know who the favorite to win the 2022 Royal Rumble is right now? No, it's Roman.
Roman Reigns.
Wow.
Who's going to take it from you?
That's a good question.
You know, second favorite? Keith Lee.
I'm cool with that.
Big E's third. That's the only 3 I know.
I got you.
I'm curious if Roman. Who's
now,
going to beat him?
I'm going to say if Roman's reportedly Roman's next feud, he's going to do another thing with Edge, and Big E's next. It was reportedly. They're talking about Big E and Roman at SummerSlam.
It was up to me, and you're going to hate this, but I'm going to do what you do. Think about the business it would bring. Think about the
Goldberg.
Fuck Goldberg.
Now we call him Gilbert on this show.
Right.
That's a curse.
What if it's not going to happen? But what if, let's say January rolls around, fans are back, we're back to mostly normal, and Roman Reigns
better be by January.
Roman Reigns, we said that last year, and look, here we are.
No, we're a tad bit further ahead now.
Right.
Just a little bit.
Not if you're in Canada, but but let's say let's say that Roman Reigns still has the belt come Royal Rumble or gets it back from whatever he loses it to at Royal Rumble, still running his mouth about family. And what'd you say about my family? And I am the Samoan. I am the guy. Royal Rumble hits number 29 is If You Smell. Rock comes down, wins the Rumble, Reigns versus Rock at WrestleMania for that belt.
I mean, it wasn't my WrestleMania predictions for next year.
Oh, you really?
My article that
I'm saying this is my Royal Rumble predictions.
It's on, and I got Punk in Austin next year too.
Yeah,
I'm saying you got live fans. You're doing it all.
I agree.
Let's
Bring
not
everybody back.
Let's not like. So I wrote an article this week. Well, I wrote it like a month ago, but I put it out Monday. So like Adam Cole and AJ Styles. That's a match that could very well happen next year.
Would you say Adam Cole and Styles up for sure?
Yeah, like they have a history.
I still want Triple H and AJ Styles. I just want that. I just want that. So
you know what? That might be one of those. This is my guy. This is you. I have to say it now. I forget. Triple H. I read a report earlier that said he's got like another year and a half on his competitor part of his contract.
He needs to use it
as a wrestler, as a performer.
His in-ring shit.
Yeah, his in-ring career. That's much more cleaned up than saying whatever the fuck I was trying to spit out. And he wants to have a farewell tour, which well deserved. So that might lead to that.
Dude, imagine that'd be really cool. But I mean, with Triple H, I don't know the guy. I met him or whatever. Like, I mean, we're best friends. But this is his life. Since it has been forever, imagine how you remember how HBK was emotional and Ric Flair was emotional and Taker was emotional. Imagine how emotional Triple H is going to be when that actually does go down.
It's crazy. I know you want Styles, but you know how much cooler it'd be if Adam Cole retired him.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
that's like the biggest guy he's brought down to NXT.
I see why you would like that. I mean, I don't see that, so I wouldn't like it as much. But I understand what
Let's
you're
do
saying.
Triple H and Styles at SummerSlam, then do that at Mania.
I mean, I understand why that'd be a big deal.
I'll do Adam Cole.
Like both those matches.
Adam Cole, AJ Styles, with Triple H the ref.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
What was my fourth one? So my fourth one was Stone Cold and CM Punk. I mean, if I don't got to sell that to you guys at all.
It's pretty obvious.
The Fiend and Alexa get Scarlett and Cross. It looks like Fiend and Alexa aren't together, but shit can change in a year.
Sure.
That'd still be a money match.
Sure.
Even though Cross, I don't know if he'll be up by then. He might be too fucking hot for them to keep down.
That's fair.
Rockin' Roman, that was my 2. And everybody's like, oh my God, that's number 2. I got the 4 horsewomen versus the of MMA versus
that one guy hates that. He's tired of you talking about
it. Dude. 3 organic comments now. He's like, give up that dream. It's like, why? Because you can book it. Becky wasn't on Mania. Nope. Bailey was, but not really.
Yeah.
Charlotte wasn't there.
Nope.
Sasha lost. Now she's 0-6 at Mania.
Yep.
No Rousey.
I blame Snoop Dogg.
Baszler, I mean, granted, she's tag champion, but whatever. Duke and Schaefer, nowhere to be found. Nope. There's a story there. Yeah. They come in, jump one of them on a Raw or SmackDown, and they're like, then you get the whole, are they unified? And the 4 horsewomen come out led by Charlotte with her scripted promo. Hey, this is my ring. And they come out and they pull up like the poster, like, oh, Charlotte, you're not on here. You were, but you're not. And you can bring some realism into it, and you're talking shit. And Rousey can be like, when I was here, my first year, pull up that poster. There's your beef. 4-on-4, that's 8 huge names. Well, 6 huge names, because the other 2's kind of, they're more known in MMA.
I got you.
There's your match.
I know.
You can main it in this whole women main eventing thing they love to do. If they do 2 nights, you do that one night, and you do Rock and Roman the other night. I know Punk and Austin would be hard not to main event.
Dude, that would be.
But imagine starting a pay-per-view with the fucking glass shattering or the beginning of Cult of Personality.
It'd be nuts. Either one.
I'm
huge.
Starting.
Yeah.
I'd honestly start I do night 2, Rock, Roman main event for the belt. Gets president.
Sure.
Austin, Punk. You're going to have to book something really hot on that first night to lead off, because I'm main eventing with those women. Maybe a Bianca Ripley or something like that.
I mean, if it's not going to be a 2-night thing, that would be tough.
We'll see. I really hope they stick to it.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I agree. Hold on real quick. I have to address Sebastian talking about, I said Triple H and I are best friends. Yeah, Sebastian, we are best friends because in 6th.
Did you hate him as a child?
Still do because of it. Passionately. And in sixth grade, I called his ass out because the first time I went to a wrestling event in Dayton, Ohio, right here in Dayton, Ohio, even though we're not in Dayton, Ohio, still, my dad and I were standing outside Stone. It was January. It was right after the Royal Rumble. It was nuts house show, and a limo pulls up, and we're right next to it. Guess who gets out? Triple H in his leather jacket with his black cap and his long hair, smoking a cigarette. And any interview you see with Triple H, well, I never smoked, drank, or did drugs. Bitch, you did smoke. When I was in 6th grade, right around 1999, I saw it. And I said real loud, you suck. He looked at me and he smiled, threw a cigarette out, and walked away. And that's how I met Triple H. And then I've seen him like 3 times since. But that's how we became best friends. But that's our first story. He tells people all the time. It's crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
That is a true story, though.
And he gave you a smile.
he smirked because I happened to be real close, and he just like smirked and then went and did his thing, you know. It's like, yeah, and my dad was like, "Shut up." But yeah, that's my seeing Triple H for the first time story. And he smoked in 1999, and I will swear to it to this day, even though he always says he doesn't.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, yeah.
Let's go back.
I don't drink either.
Oh no, yeah, push that.
I'm saving this one.
Oh no, I knew.
Riddle and Sheamus. It was a good match.
Disappointed Riddle lost.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I watched it. I don't remember how it went. I mean, I know that Riddle lost, but
he did like a springboard, and Sheamus kicked him upside down in the fright the fucking chin.
That's right.
Poor Riddle.
That's right.
Riddle wasn't supposed to win the belt anyway, but he had a pretty decent run with it.
Yeah,
It was supposed to be Keith. So they had to get it off Lashley.
Sure.
So Riddle was just there.
Sure.
Poor Morrison was just there for moral support. Apparently,
The best part of his
I
whole
do
run.
like their teasing them splitting. Was that on Hulu?
I saw.
Yeah.
I
So,
watched
like,
all
they're
that. Oh,
teasing
they started it right away.
We
yeah.
talked about
I'm
that
down
on
for
the- we
that.
talked about that on
a
this
more
show, too.
serious Morrison. I'm down for that.
Not this.
I mean, and you guys remember when they initially split? They've done this before.
Yeah.
And then
but it's
2000,
been so long
right,
to where
10 years ago
Yeah.
now. And so in 2011, when Morrison left, and Miz is the one who took him out. He did. Was the Miz's finisher called?
Skull
He did the
Crusher
Skull Crusher
finale.
on that big W that used to be on
Yep.
stage. It
He
looked
did.
painful.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Morrison came back 9 years later, and he's like, "Oh, we're buddies."
Time heals all.
It does.
I don't like.
You'll
this.
be best friends with Miz when you're on a fucking sinking ship like Impact.
That's
I know
fair.
we've talked about this on that show. They're gonna break up. We've talked about over
We have.
and over. We
And
want a more serious John Morrison,
All right.
not this laughy.
I guess we'll segue to that.
Oh God.
All right. So before we get into what I want to get into,
God.
I hated the Hey Hey Hop Hop video. I kind of dug the Mania entrance.
The bunny rabbits.
I
came
don't.
Out.
I thought the bunnies were for Bad Bunny.
So did I. I'm
Like, I
this-
thought that's why they were there. He's a fucking bad.
I'm
you
like
know?
this idiot
But then
has bunnies.
They
coming
come
out.
down dancing to the fucking song,
Yeah.
and I kind of dug the entrance.
That's
And like
funny.
they're all in it. Like
Yeah,
they were
it's
fucking.
WrestleMania, man.
They're fucking in it. They're dancing. Fucking. They're spitting. I'm like, is this on
This
Apple?
guy's spitting.
It's like, is this on Apple Music?
That's
Like,
what I
fuck.
thought. I thought it was Bad Bunny too. I'm like,
I
this
was like,
idiot
shit.
has real.
And then
rabbits
Priest
coming
gets a pretty badass looking entrance. They give in to the fire thing, like
Sure.
huge pyro.
Yeah,
As long
And
as
Bunny
they-
comes in with a pretty dope, like comes in on the truck.
yeah, he came on his thing.
At least Priest came out first. I don't.
And then let's see.
about Bad Bunny.
And I'd never heard of Bad Bunny until wrestling.
I hadn't
at the
either.
Royal Rumble, and then my wife's friend Anna was over here before you guys got here. They went to do a thing together, and I asked her because I was watching Raw, and she's sitting there watching. I'm like, "You like this shit, don't you?" And then Miz was on there talking about Bad Bunny. He's like, "Have you ever heard of Bad Bunny?" Me trying to prove a point, and she was like, "Yeah, he did a song with Cardi B." I'm like,
Who cares about Cardi B?
I can't.
I
I can't.
always like Anna. That's why we got.
Yeah, I can't.
But yeah. By the way, his 2022 tour crashed Ticketmasters
Oh,
today.
knock it
So yeah,
off.
some people know who he is. He
I've
only
already-
crashed.
I just
I've
feel
had
like
enough of it.
Ticketmaster has been so irrelevant for this past year that the website just wasn't ready to handle anything.
See, look, at least Denise does have a sense of humor. I thought it was so
Don't
fucking
insult
funny that
Denise.
entrance.
It is. Fun.
Like the Miz and them were so fucking professional.
Oh, they're
Like,
really good.
they give them this and they're like, "This is so fucking dumb. But
Yeah,
watch us
they'll do
crush it." And I was like,
My favorite is watching. I don't know what they say. I can never understand what they say, but they say the words "doo doo."
"Yeah,
I will give
be
that.
jealous." Yeah, the promo.
I love
Be
that.
jealous.
Because we're watching
Be jealous.
during the rain delay and we're watching the promo. Yeah, we drank a little bit and we're like be jealous. And like we just start laughing.
That is I
Hysterically,
love
like-
that catchphrase. Be jealous.
And it's all unscripted because they just had to wing it.
Just
Like
did it.
Vince didn't have time to write up shit for him. It's like rain delay.
Right.
I will give
That's
Bad
awesome.
Bunny credit
All
for
right,
his
let's talk about his
but-
performance in the ring.
Let's do it.
So the match kind of was like Priest is out,
Of course he is.
Bunny get him in.
You have to.
And
Yeah.
he was very solid in the ring.
But like
You can tell he put in a lot of work.
now, everybody is going to be like everybody's going crazy over his in-ring work. We have Sebastian over here saying the same thing. Everybody loved it.
Yep.
Sure.
Mhm.
But here's what I have to say about that. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but what did we expect? He was going to go there and not do anything, like hyped it up. Yeah, he's a little guy. He weighs like 4 pounds. He's obviously athletic as shit. He's talented, obviously. Yeah, he's going to deliver.
We knew
That wasn't a foregone conclusion.
We knew he
With
wasn't going to
celebrities.
lose. Why bring
Name
a
the
big-
last celebrity that delivered.
Freddie-
Snooki?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Who?
Freddie Prinze
Who
Jr.
the fuck is Freddie
Oh, I
Prinze Jr.?
remember him. Okay, Freddie Prinze.
He's
okay.
not a fuck.
He's a
He doesn't
celebrity.
count. He worked for them.
Yeah,
He was in creative.
he's a celebrity.
Stop it. At Mania. Like Snooki?
he wrote
no. Floyd Mayweather? Kind
Yeah.
of.
No, I do
I
agree
mean,
that
He set the bar.
he did a
for any
good job.
celebrity that comes in.
He watched NXT and was like, I'm gonna start doing some of that
Stop.
fancy stuff.
He went to the Grammys, then he flew to the PC the night
Josh,
of,
don't.
and
no.
he went. Listen, this is real shit that Priest is talking about. Like he
No,
went
he
to the
did.
fucking Grammys,
I can argue
then he
it.
went to the PC and trained.
He did do that.
And then Orton on the bump was like, "Dude, I come in
It gets
and
even
he's in the ring.
worse.
Yep,
No
I
matter
go
what it
do a
says.
show. After all, he's in the ring again.
that's
Like,
respectable.
So he puts in the work. That's
Yeah.
why a lot of guys came out this week and said he is a WWE guy.
He
If he
wanted
wants
to
to
do
come
it.
back,
Yeah,
we'll open him back. He has to keep the work up
sure.
because
That's respectable. 'Cause I'm
now
sure
some person also loved it, as you see right here. You might have to zoom in a little
Oh,
bit,
That's you.
but
That's it. Were you
I
drinking
text
when you
Chuck.
said that?
and I say, hey, that match was
Hey, you're
good.
blocking-
Talking
you're
about
blocking my
Braun
face off.
and Shane, and he says, so then twice. Then he says, so was the Bad Bunny match. Here's a screenshot because
you did say you're gonna screenshot.
I screenshot it right off the
I
bat.
forgot
First
about
off-
that.
So
First off, we don't know who Ben
that's what
is
happens
on this show.
when we both
so-
drank a 12-pack to the head that night. But put over Bad Bunny,
No,
That's
no.
fun.
unprompted. I complimented the Braun and Shane match, and you go, ... It's gonna be my new song. So was Bad Bunny, and I was validated there. He was that Canadian Destroyer outside was legit, and
Yeah.
he protected his head. Like
They did.
the way Morrison's head didn't bounce.
That's good.
I've seen Kenny about kill people in AEW trying
Yeah.
to do
Probably on
Mhm.
purpose.
that. Maybe
He had a great performance, but that is it. I'm not saying nothing else.
he won't be back. He's
Thank
going on
God.
tour.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He did what he was supposed to do.
Sure. And you know what I really thought was dumb the next night? They did that little promo with Triple H. You did such a great job.
I thought that was cool.
But,
I was like,
but now go on tour now. It was terrible.
I
'Cause
thought that
it's-
was pretty.
I was
That's
excited.
terrible.
I'm like, please leave. Like,
Yeah, he's
please
on-
It's
go
like,
away.
thank you for getting us 1 million more subscribers. Here, let's help you. Let's help you sell a few tickets.
it's
and
unbelievable
over.
because you can't tell me they filmed that same day. Unbelievable.
We know Monday Night Raw.
I'm sure it wasn't filmed that same
The way
day.
Monday Night Raw has been lately, Bad Bunny needed to help that. But other than that, goodbye. Like,
No, I'm with you. The match was
It
surprisingly
was
decent.
good. I didn't expect nothing out of it, which probably
Yeah.
helped, but he was really good.
I
And
was
Priest
happy-
looked like a badass too.
Priest is.
I figured he would do what Leo Rush did back in the day. Just do a lot of like jumps over. Like, do you remember? Like not Leo Rush in NXT, Leo Rush on Raw when he was
Yeah.
like do flips and shit over people. That's why I was expecting Bad Bunny and then have
He
the other
didn't
guy
really
take
do a
over.
lot of that.
No, he
was like
he did ring
he
work.
did that nice where the fuck that move's called, where him and Priest hit it together.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Falcon Arrow.
Yeah,
Which is a
Okay,
hard-
yeah. That
it's
is a hard move.
I mean, it's a hard move for
he
it's easy
did.
for us to say. Like he's taking bumps.
He
Yeah.
did moves. I thought he'd just be a fast dude running around, but
No,
he actually did.
He
moves.
wrestled and grappled.
Yep. I
He
did.
held the tag rope.
He did.
I like how the
Yep, he was-
FTR on Twitter, they're
Oh,
like,
boy.
the fucking celebrity knows how to follow the rules.
They did.
They're
They
like,
said
Bad
that.
Bunny
They
does
did.
stuff that our tag division don't know how to do. They're
Right.
like, he held the fucking tag
That's
rope.
hilarious.
Like, I thought that was funny as fuck. Like, dude,
That
he did
is.
everything fundamentally perfect.
Yeah,
like,
it
he
is
held
funny.
the rope, he put his arm out. Like,
No, I agree.
no
That's-
complaints.
He just followed the rules, man. That's what you gotta do.
So, besides that, this match was surprisingly good.
That was.
Braun and Shane, which led to you complimenting Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I watched this one in the car.
So,
in the car.
My wife picked me up, and I was like, just watching it on my phone.
It
in the
was
car.
a
So-
good match.
Shane took another crazy bump, just
Of course
getting
he did.
thrown off the top of the cage. Braun ripped the cage fucking door or the cage apart. I actually thought this was pretty good. They started with the Elias Jackson Riker attack, which he knew Shane was going to pull
Which
something,
we called.
which
we called
hurt his
that.
knee, so Shane could play that. I had no issues with this match. I'm glad
Yeah,
it's
good.
over.
Sure.
The build was absolutely atrocious, but it was a good match.
But it's just what Shane does. Shane
He
can't
always
do,
delivers
no.
no matter who he's fighting.
since the 90s. I mean, it's not a surprise.
He always has a plan. Just- he
He's
does.
good.
He does.
This feud was trash. And
the
in my
build was
opinion,
horrible.
It was horrible.
his worst ever. His worst
Oh,
feud ever.
yeah.
Like, and like we talked about last week, even Shane knows it's like stupid.
I
Like
mean,
when
look
he's
at-
doing it, he knows. You can tell by his face. It's terrible.
It was interesting. It was an interesting
Braun
build.
tearing the steel cage with his hand, the steel cage open with his hand. That was really awesome.
It was
And
fun.
Then hitting
Sebast-
Shane in it.
Sebastian says, I like how Morrison was like, we're the greatest tag team of the 20th century. Let's start acting like it. They're about to split. Those days are over. I think Morrison's about to go
20th century.
babyface.
I think so.
Yeah.
He would be the one, right?
But imagine, it has to be because Miz is too good.
I'm ready for it.
Miz's face run a couple
He
years
needs
ago
a good
wasn't
mid card push.
He does.
I'd watch him and Sheamus,
Sure.
like a U.S. title kind of thing for Morrison, which maybe down the line. He was in the world title picture with
Dude,
Miz back in the day.
He's.
I remember
always
they
been
fought
good.
in that Raw. He hit Star Champagne and fucking Miz went through the table.
Yeah.
Because they opened up Raw one night.
Morrison's always been. He debuted with Eminem. What? 2004,
Yeah.
5. I don't know. My go-to's 4. When I just don't remember. But
Yeah.
I was in high school, and he had like glitter in his abs and shit. Like he
Yeah.
was ripped. He had Melina with him.
Yep.
Like he.
I forget the other guy.
I had his wife to start on
Johnny
NXT
Nitro.
the other night.
Nitro. Well, didn't he
Mercury,
have-
Joey Mercury.
Mercury. Okay.
Yeah,
I liked them. Yeah, I did.
he's really good, and to me and others, he's always looked like the next Shawn Michaels. But I remember his problem back then was his backstage heat. He would
Yeah.
cause shit with Melina.
He doesn't have none now.
and now he's good.
They just hired his wife.
Give him that opportunity.
Yeah, she
His
debuted
wife
on
came
NXT.
straight up in
She
NXT and
debated
called
this
out
past
Raquel.
That's
She
what I
did.
saw that.
So-
Yeah.
with her little dog in her hand.
Yeah,
too.
she did.
Dude, that inevitable Miz and Maurice versus Morrison
And his wife.
And his wife. Like,
Speaking of
I'm
Maurice-
legit. Like, you see, I love how they tease it though, because he's like, "Yeah, Miz and Mrs." And he's like, "Yeah, John, chill. I mean, you're in the first episode, but it's my show." And he's kind of the third wheel. I like how they did that too.
Yeah, for sure. His interest came out second and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You gotta
they
pay attention
obviously
to the
he
little
showed
seemed
hints,
super
yeah.
out of place. With
No, they
Maurice there.
did
And
that on
Maurice
purpose.
is kind, and
Yeah.
Maurice was on Raw this past week too. So
So I
Yeah.
think it's going to be Miz and Morrison versus Priest and some kind of partner he finds, and then they're going to probably split it back,
most probably.
Yeah,
which
I believe
leads
that.
to both of them put the goddamn money on the big briefcase on Morrison.
Please
Put them both
Yes.
in. Fuck it. That's when you split them. You have Miz and Morrison with the fucking briefcase, and it's like, which one
Start
takes them?
throwing hits.
Morrison knocks his ass off and gets it, and then Miz just goes crazy on him at some point. Like, beats his ass like, motherfucker, I was Money in the Bank, because you could
I gotta say this.
think of the
though.
promos.
Here's what I would like more, honestly. I like that, but reverse it. I would, because we'd all expect Miz
I
to
don't
be
want
the heel.
Miz to have it again.
No, I know. I'm saying you have Morrison win it, but you have Morrison be the heel. Like they do that. Morrison gets it.
See, the problem is Miz is a terrible babyface.
You're right.
He's awful.
But I want to see Morrison just be like that badass heel though,
Or
because I don't think as a babyface he can get over. I just don't think he
They
can.
probably both. They could both be fucking heel.
I mean, I'd be alright with that. Still be like
He's gonna
assholes.
get popped for beating up the Miz. Then on Raw, have him beat the fuck out of Drew or something. Like, make him go heel.
Sure, like here's like the story I'm thinking right now is Morrison is just hanging on to his coattails because he has to. Once he wins that Money in the Bank, he realizes I am the guy
Never
now,
needed you.
and then
He
after
never
the match
needed
is
you.
over,
Yep.
continues to beat the shit out of him. I think that would be fun. Like I would like that storyline.
That would put meaning to the briefcase, and then give it to somebody who hasn't had it that
Ever.
I'm aware
that
of.
Right.
to give it
And
to
needs
then
it.
at some point, he hopefully keeps the backstage heat off. He can carry
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and then if not, he'll have to lose like Otis did, because a lot of people forgot Otis originally won.
Yeah, we did. We
the
forgot.
briefcase.
We all try to forget that
Or-
match. That match was so
Let's
bad.
see.
Oh, Denise making sense. Shane's storyline with Braun pissed me off. It was terrible. The storyline was rough. The
Yeah,
match
terrible.
was very
It
good.
was.
It's just a different feeling with WrestleMania. Like when WrestleMania comes on, you can't help but to get like. We'll talk
What's
about
WrestleMania?
Takeover here briefly tonight too, but I thought Takeover overall was a better show,
I did
but
too.
it doesn't feel like Mania though. Mania has a whole different fucking.
No, I
feel
mean
to
it's
it.
WrestleMania.
Like Takeover, it might get there someday because I've yet to see a bad one.
I mean,
Right.
it won't get to that level because it's not WrestleMania.
I mean, it might get to the point where it's just. I want Takeover on Saturday.
It could get to the point to where like NXT follows, WrestleMania around, but
like
obviously
Saturday
you're not-
night you have Takeover,
Sure.
and then Sunday you
and
have.
become like part of the weekend. But obviously you can't. Nothing will get to the level at Wrestle. It's been
No, I
built
agree.
since the 80s.
I just think
Like-
they need to. Nothing. There was no part of NXT Takeover that I didn't like.
It was
They
very
did
It was
good.
amazing.
All
yeah.
the booking was good. All the booking made logical sense. A lot of the O'Reilly and
Triple H,
fucking
man.
Cole. Did you see that video? Cole's going to the hospital. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, O'Reilly." They're beeping it out. He's like, "This ain't fucking over. You
And
might have
Kyle
won this
was in
one."
the next bed next to him on
Yeah,
the
and they're
stretcher.
like,
Yeah,
"That's not over." And
Uh-uh.
they're going to keep building that story.
That's
Triple H
storytelling.
knows.
He does.
My favorite feud of all time is Triple H and HBK.
And they're going to
Triple H
milk.
knows how to do
They're
that.
going to
they
get that
are.
O'Reilly Cole thing. I
They
think
are.
that's going to go on for a while.
it's going to go on for a while.
AW, congrats to them. They had a hell of a bump last night, which I'm curious to see how they do
It's
without.
over $1 million,
Yeah,
right?
without Mike Tyson. I want to see what they pull.
Dude,
Because of course they bring out Mike
He
Tyson.
joined the inner circle.
I
Yeah.
saw that.
Like
That made me hit a beer.
I want to see what they do without a celebrity.
Yeah.
I just do. I get why they do it.
Be
But
nice, right?
NXT
I'm
pulled
with
a 800K, which was about 200K more than they normally pull. Said it was a 5% increase, which is good for their. It was a very normal NXT. Nothing crazy happened.
Nothing
No big title. They had 2 title matches that were unannounced.
Right.
So like it was a very basic episode. So
My problem with professional wrestling, WWE, in this case AEW, whatever it may be, if you have to use celebrities outside of your thing to get likes,
listen, at
views,
least Bad Bunny
I can't
was
handle
like
it.
a month thing. Mike Tyson's been bouncing in and out. Then Shaq.
Well, Mike Tyson, and that's the problem with AEW is in WWE's defense, it's a weak defense, but Vince thinks he's being hip and hop and hippity hoppity with these new guys,
Hip hop.
bringing in new audiences.
Oh no! What have you
know?
done to him?
That's what Vince.
Seriously?
That's what Vince thinks.
What have
What
you
the fuck's that
done?
song called?
He's wrong, but that's what he
I'm
thinks.
glad it skipped me.
Mike Tyson being here,
no.
no offense, we've all liked the Hangover series, but he's
I
why is
love
he?
the Hangover
Why
He
is
series.
joined the
he
inner
wrestling?
circle last night.
I know why.
Him,
But that's the thing, like
him and Jericho's buddies.
I
now.
congratulated
It's
them.
silly.
1.2, great number.
Yeah, it is.
Is it? Are they going to sustain it?
I honestly
Hopefully.
did we know that Mike Tyson was going to
Yes,
be
they've
there before? Oh,
advertised it
Jericho.
since last
I
week.
remember that. I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I just
Him and Jericho buried.
I have to.
I
ask.
don't like Jericho being the
A
Is there-
babyface,
is there-
yeah.
this kiss ass baby face.
I know,
was.
it's annoying.
fake. It's
It
fake.
definitely
He's-
is.
I get. It's impossible to boo Jericho. I
It
get that.
is.
He's so over. He's over. But Mike Tyson, like last night, he's like, yeah. Mike Tyson's like, you step out of line again, I'll punch you again. Jericho's like, oh, no, I won't. It's like,
That's not
Okay.
Chris Jericho.
No,
though.
that's not how Chris
No.
Jericho is.
No,
Like, dude, I'll beat
it's-
you with my back.
It's how Chris Jericho will work when we will inevitably turn on Mike Tyson.
Again, I mean, they just buried 12 years last night.
I know.
It's just the same shit.
I know, and I think Mike Tyson is not worse than Bad Bunny, but it's equally weak as Bad Bunny. Just to book that to get hits, and I understand the network
I
needs
get
money.
why. Yeah,
Blah, blah,
it
blah.
pops the rating.
But
which it did.
entertainment-wise, as a viewer, as a professional wrestling fan, it's embarrassing. So I got people outside of wrestling like, you watch this shit? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're going for that
So
fan that's like,
it's,
oh, I know Mike Tyson. I'm
yeah.
going to tune in.
They're going. They're going. For
I
that
think
stuff.
AEW with the talent they have can pull that number on their own.
They can.
I would. Any company can. That's the thing.
Mhm.
Professional
2
wrestling.
million people still watch Raw
WWE.
after the load of shit we've watched the last 3 weeks.
The wrestlers
Right.
are celebrities.
Yeah.
They know that. I don't understand why they have to bring outside celebrities to help
Right.
get these celebrities
No,
over.
because they bring WWE people on shit to pop their stuff.
It's like, what is
Right.
happening?
like
Like,
radio.
seriously.
Yeah, it's
It's just
It's a mess.
they don't believe in their own thing, so they have to bring
That's
outside
what's
shit.
sad. That's what's sad. They don't even believe in their own material.
You know,
they
like,
really don't.
With RSH, for example, I would not want to have a celebrity guy in here every week. I want to get, I want people to want to watch me, not this guy on my
Yeah.
show. You know what I mean? It's cool to do sometimes, but not weekly. And that's what that's what AEW seems to be doing, and it annoys me.
well, don't feel bad because our 2 weeks ago episode had more views than our interview with Just Incredible, so we're doing fine.
But I hope his wife's doing good.
Yeah, I've
She's
seen that.
home.
That's
She's
good.
home.
That's
So I'm glad
great.
to hear
That's
that.
great to hear that.
Here's Bennett, who blew me and Chuck off on WrestleMania night after
Uh-oh.
trying to plan
Yeah, man.
something for like
Uh-oh.
7 months.
Shit.
Joining this late. Yeah, you're about a week late. Mania was
Hell.
Saturday.
Late notice.
But I
Jeez.
felt most of
I
the
hope you
booking-
enjoyed wife with your dinner's friend. That's not right. Hope you enjoyed dinner with your wife's friend.
God.
But I felt most of the booking for Mania
Oh,
seemed
boy.
rushed outside of the triple threat, Banks and Belair. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
You ever talked about Orton?
Yeah,
that part.
it's coming.
I'll be excited
The
for
Cole
that.
and O'Reilly
Yeah.
feud is gold. Joe from Working Fans, it's been fucking good.
I have something to add when we were talking about Morrison and Miz.
All right, let me get the last
Go ahead,
comment.
go ahead.
Stone Cold podcast with Jericho was great.
It was great.
We watched it
Mhm.
before Mania
We
night
did.
too.
I haven't watched it yet. No
It was
spoilers.
So
great.
we'll do that next week.
It was
The
great.
problem with that show is I can't watch, or not last night. Typically, a podcast I listen to in my car. Chris Jericho's podcast I listen to in my car. Stone Cold, though, likes to add a lot of videos.
Yeah.
And I attempted
He
to watch
does.
the Randy Orton podcast in my car, and every fucking minute, Stone Cold's like, let's watch this. And then he would get like a replay. It's like, no, I have to say
Yeah,
that. So I
there's a lot of that.
stopped.
There's a lot.
And I watched it with Randy Orton, so I'm just going to start from the beginning with Chris Jericho so I can watch the old videos.
Y2J, baby.
Do your
That's
Morrison shit.
my Morrison. Well, adding on to what you both talked about, I would have Morrison and Miz go for the briefcase. I would have Morrison win, and then they're both on Raw, have them both come out. Miz congratulates him and blah, blah, blah. No hard feelings. Morrison walks like, okay, no hard feelings, buddy. Turns on him, just attacks him brutally, and that's what's going to happen because
That's probably what they'll do.
exactly what they're going. Exactly how
I don't think
said
Morrison winning Money in the Bank. Unfortunately,
they're gonna.
I'm
say,
like dreaming. They're gonna put it on fucking Drew or Braun or
yeah,
something.
it's gonna be
and
something stupid.
Braun's won it already, hasn't he? Monster in the Bank, whatever the fuck it was.
Yep, he was Monster in the Bank. He won the Andre the Battle
On the
Andre
Giant
the
Memorial.
Battle Royal.
and he won the greatest Royal Rumble match ever. Like he's won all of that weird stuff, but never like.
It's-
Oh, shout out to Jey Uso. I
Yeah.
got that right.
Oh,
you
He
did
won.
get
Won.
That was.
I figured he'd get us some
He's-
kind of something. He's had a hell of a
He
year.
has, yeah.
So now he has, and Roman comes out like trophies, championships. It's like,
I know.
It's not wrong.
The Roman came out. I was like, finally, Jay did something right.
I'm
It only took him how many
still waiting
months?
for Jimmy.
Yeah,
I know.
is he healed or
He's
what?
been healed. He's been cleared since
We
Rumble.
just
Apparently,
haven't
I
So
bet
we'll
he's
see.
feeling left out on this little feud.
Well, he might be somebody that comes back tomorrow, right after Mania. So maybe
But tomorrow can make sense. Yeah, that's fair.
New Day, AJ and Omos.
All right.
To answer Michael Bennett's question, I'm always having a stroke. That's how I am. That's how I live my life.
If you were rooting for Bad Bunny, then you definitely are.
But Chuck's, I don't know who the fuck Ben is, but I'm assuming
I know those text messages you showed was Ben. We don't know who he is.
Yeah,
so.
too late.
This
You already owned up to it.
This is
But-
tough.
breaking
Yeah.
the fourth
I can
wall.
put you in
Oh,
my
no.
phone as what I choose. You should see what I have other people in my phone as.
That's a good point.
I don't even want to know.
Don't ask me who BJ is. But anyway,
Oh no.
Is it a BJ? No.
AJ and Omos won. Omos, so we're watching this, and he comes out in his dress clothes. And so me and Chuck are like, so did he just forget to change? And then Chuck goes, he's just going to kick their ass.
He is.
So
what he
AJ
did.
runs around, and they do the whole cut the ring in half thing for a while. Then Omos gets in and destroys him.
He
Wins.
did.
He's a
And
big
he
guy.
looked amazing.
He
He's a
is.
fucking tree, dude.
And then they don't
He
give up. Then you
He
follow
does.
that
He
up,
stands there and does nothing. Don't move. Don't
and
talk.
you follow that
nothing,
up with
hardly.
not putting them on Raw.
Like seriously though, how is AJ Styles not on Raw?
Monday Night
after
Raw. How
WrestleMania?
could you disrespect?
I won't go as far
AJ
as saying he's the
Styles?
best
Seriously?
thing, but he's one of them. And he just won a title at WrestleMania. He just
Guess
became
what?
a Grand Slam champion.
Yeah.
He couldn't have done some kind of corny, yeah, I'm the best, and New Day interrupts and demands their rematch.
No. Let's
Instead
not.
of doing New Day
Nothing.
against whoever the fuck they fought, I already forgot. And then they get a rematch anyway at
I
Backlash.
forget who they fought.
They fought, was it Shelton and
Cedric.
Cedric?
Yep.
Is that who they fought?
Yep. It
WrestleMania?
was.
No,
Yep.
on Raw.
Yep. It was them.
Like I think they fought each other instead.
Oh, I got you.
But let's not put the tag champs on there.
Yeah,
Denise said AJ is the man.
He sure is.
He is the man.
He is.
He's the soccer mom. Too.
Almost looks like
He's a
he's going to be a
soccer mom.
monster.
Well,
Yeah,
he's,
he
If
is.
booked correctly.
I'm really hoping he doesn't turn into the next great Khali because he became a joke.
You mean a WWE Hall of Famer?
Well, also a joke.
What'd you think of the backstage segment with RVD, Khali, and Riddle?
It was ridiculous. But we all wanted it.
RVD rolling papers.
Yeah.
He's like, thanks, bro.
Yeah, that's what we all wanted.
It's hard not to like Riddle.
And we didn't want Khali necessarily, but it was just an added thing.
It let in.
And then he's like, oh, yeah, he said this.
RVD.
I'm waiting for RVD versus Riddle.
I can't believe they're doing
Yeah.
that shit.
There's
That is-
rumors RVD's he might be coming back for
I
a
thought he
short
was
run.
in Impact not too long
No,
ago.
he's free. They got pissed at him for doing like weird videos. We'll talk about that
Oh,
off air.
I got you.
Remember-
that's how
remember
I
those
remember those
videos?
videos.
Yeah.
They
Him and the big tit chicks. in the
Because
hot
of that,
tub.
they
yeah.
booed
Well, they got
Oh,
disagreements, and he
no.
kind of left.
I
So
didn't know
then
that.
he wanted to work with WWE, but he was like, eh. So they put him in the Hall of Fame. He's much happier with them.
Yeah.
Sure.
Then they're making a documentary on him that comes out in about a week.
Yeah.
And clearly,
And they're
cool with marijuana these
So,
days.
I never thought that they put RVD's rolling papers on WrestleMania.
Right.
But
Him and Riddle, that was hilarious. It's
I do
hard
like-
not to love Riddle.
shout out to this person I follow on Twitter. Their name's iBeast. And they put on Twitter after that segment, Peacock will edit that out before tomorrow.
Before tomorrow.
I will.
So they're gonna edit out live. Like, instead of the
Yeah.
guy watching.
Everybody wants to see Riddle and RVD as a tag team.
Dude, yeah.
That too.
The whole bro show, something lame like
They kinda
that.
like the
Did you see how excited he got on the bump? RVD, dude.
The high bros.
He was so excited.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Rip off the hype, bro. Whatever.
like hi
I
bro.
forgot. Who was the hyper? Oh,
All right. So
I forgot.
I see title change. We all predicted that.
Mhm.
Apollo beat Big E with help
By
from the dude.
Oh, that other guy
Yeah.
who for a second,
I
who for a brief second, I thought was the guy who's helping out Bad Bunny, but then all of a sudden it wasn't.
Priest?
Yeah. It's like,
Oh,
why is
God.
Damian Priest out here?
Priest is taller than this.
He's moving on.
Doctor.
I got this dude's name. Hold on. He was on Raw Underground.
He was. I remember.
His name is Daba Kato. He was the he fought in Raw Underground. Like he fought Strowman one week.
I got you.
Yeah.
So
I
you got
remember
Omos.
It's that big guy.
Yeah, you got the bodyguard from Raw Underground winning
Right.
the tag belts, and you got this dude who's going to be rolling with Apollo, kind of be his man or bodyguard type thing
Kinda
too,
like
which fits the
Alonso's,
Apollo
yeah.
character.
It does.
Dude, it's unfortunate that Raw Underground didn't last.
Dub-
Yeah.
I wish they would have waited till after COVID.
I
know it was kind of their quick thing to try to fix something. It could have sustained out of that and Retribution. That could have honestly made it.
Yeah.
And I
You
want to
could
say
have put like Rousey versus like
it'd be fun.
yeah, you could have
Right.
put the hardcore fighters back.
You
in.
could.
I do want to say that
Absolutely.
when it started, we on this show was like it's going to be done in a few months, and
Yep.
it was.
It was.
But
It wasn't because it was bad.
But no, in that time frame, it grew on me, and then they canceled it.
Well, they started booking good shit.
They
You had
did.
like Ziggler's in there
Yeah.
fighting, like people that can wrestle.
They
They're
broke.
fighting.
They as soon as they won me over, they fucking canceled it. It's like, come on.
All right, so WB filed a trademark
Oh,
for the name.
is it the what's his name from?
Yeah, so Commander Aziz
That's
is what
the
they
name.
filed the trademark for, which is apparently going to be Kato's name with
I was kind of hoping.
Apollo.
I was kind of hoping you were saying they're going to take over the Captain Insano name,
no.
but from because
So-
AEW is trying to get that trademark.
Don't know where Apollo's going from here. Nice to see him get a huge win.
And finally win the belt.
So
too.
they're all in on him right now.
Yeah, so I hope he runs with it. Good performance. Dude can go in the ring. I will not call him great value Bobby Lashley anymore.
That's fair.
This is like his fourth title.
Yeah, like he won the U.S. title at the beginning of it. You know, if he wins the world title, he's a fucking Grand Slam champion. Apollo Crews. Let's just think like he could. I know he still has to win the big one, but still, that's as we've always talked about. He sucks. He ain't been pushed. He could be a Grand Slam champion legitimately.
You're right, but he won't
And
because of this ridiculous gimmick.
Maybe. I'm just saying it's kind of crazy. He's one title. I didn't even know he was one title away.
No, that is kind of crazy when you think about it, and it just shows how pointless these belts are because he did all this stuff, and people are still like, "What's he doing?" You know what I mean?
Nigerian brother, respect.
It took Apollo Crews like 4 or 5 matches to win this title. So
Black Panther movies are bad.
I counted. It took 4 or 5 matches against a Big E to win.
7. That's not the point.
Seriously? Wow.
I'm just saying these gimmicks with bad accents don't have longevity. They just
gonna
don't.
buck right here.
They just don't.
As long as he don't slip up like Kofi and speak with his normal accent, he'll be fine.
I'm just saying, Kofi lasted a long time with it in his defense, but it inevitably goes away. You know,
this match hurt my soul.
It didn't hurt mine.
That was rough.
I had a big old smile.
Best entrance of Mania weekend was the fucking Jack in the Box with the Fiend.
It was
Jesus
the first
Christ.
match of the night. One.
That was so weird.
First off, never should have been first match of the night. This
I
is
agree.
not a match to pump, and the fans were pissed.
They were.
Then you followed up with that terrible women's tag, like match good. Listen, match good. Losers not good. I get it. Sorry, Tyson. Love your shit. Natalia and Tamina should have won. Tamina had like crowd support. Like they were Tamina. They had more. She had more of a pop than the Fiend and Orton did.
They earned Natalia.
They won that
Tamina.
damn gauntlet.
They have earned their time. They've been there for a long time, and
Absolutely.
we all. I think I had them winning. I believe.
We all picked who. Our picks were technically whoever the hell won the gauntlet.
Right.
So we were all on the same. Just we all picked different teams.
Bazemore and them didn't break up.
But they've been there for so long now. Like we want them to do something.
They should win. Both of them.
And
They've both been around a long time.
It.
And then nothing changes. Like what?
No.
Why?
But
why?
Something changes here. The Fiend loses off one RKO, which my issue is he got RKO'd like 18 times on the Raw.
All he did was look up at Alexa, and she did that weird little thing, and that's what costed him.
All right, you guys make me feel better. Why'd he lose? And how does this not hurt his character?
I'm smiling because Orton won. I mean, I'm sorry.
Buried. People threw that out. He's not fucking buried. Jesus Christ. He survived the Goldberg.
He still has
thing.
solo segments. But
he had 2 Firefly segments last night. Granted, one was Alexis, but he had 2 dedicated.
Let's put it this way: your girl costed him to lose.
I understand that. That's not what I'm asking. I saw that. The threw shit across the floor.
This is very Bray Wyatt, John Cena from years ago.
You're not making me feel better.
No, I'm not going to. It's dumb.
I'm very confused. Maybe Alexa's just way too comfortable. Maybe she needs to take his. She's trying to take his.
The vibe I'm getting is
of it.
so
She's too comfortable.
Go back to where they started. how did they become a thing? Bray
Attack
showed up on SmackDown and put his hand, did the mandible claw
to get to Braun Strowman.
Yeah,
because of the team little.
Now
big,
she's
little,
like,
little big, little big.
You got Burt. I have the power. I know how to take you down, and she's coming for ultimate revenge. Okay. I feel like that's where they're going.
Sure,
with this.
No, I agree.
She kind of hinted to that in her little segment this week.
It's very Laurie Strode, Michael Myers. I get it.
So for my sanity, I'm going to stop paying attention to wins and losses with the Fiend.
We have to because he loses most things
matter.
These days. For some reason,
to be fair, he's only lost 3 times, but they're crucial times. But like he's lost at Mania. He lost at Hell in a Cell, and he lost at fucking Survivor Series.
No, he
Where
lost.
did they lose to Goldberg at? Saudi?
Saudi. He's lost at least 4 times.
He won the belt in Saudi and lost it in Saudi? Seth and Saudi on Halloween.
Well, then, yes.
He did.
The answer is yes.
That's fucking terrible.
But he also,
why are they going to Saudi so much?
I know.
Well,
that's one thing COVID's done well.
I know. I agree. But he also lost to Randy Orton twice. So I think he's lost at least 4 times.
I'm an Orton fan. I'm sorry. Twice. Yeah. I'm sorry.
He's lost 4 times.
3 years. It's not bad.
The Inferno match was the only match that he lost that made sense.
Yeah, that one doesn't really hurt.
No, it made
sense. He got set on fire.
And he burned to death.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Damn it, he didn't kick out. But
the other one's like he should have beat Randy. I'm sorry, he should have beat Randy Orton.
I know. I had him beat Orton. That was there. He looked up at Alexa and she did a weird thing and it was RKO and it was over.
That's just silly.
It was weird. It shouldn't have started off the night. I thought the booking. So when they announced that triple threat on Raw, I was like, okay. So they had Orton win so he can go fight Lashley. Then Lashley can beat him. That makes Lashley look stronger. Then Orton can take some time off.
Yeah.
But no, Orton just takes the pin from Drew.
Right. So he beats the Fiend and then takes the pin.
How dumb.
What is happening?
Monday Night Raw, you are so stupid. That's how you treat Orton.
Talk about how great Orton is so we can move on to something
He's
else.
always, I don't have to say what you guys already know. He is the greatest.
All right.
I will say he did that whiskey on the Stone Cold podcast pretty well.
He did.
Respect.
Randy Orton's just the greatest wrestler. So.
Asuka and Rhea. Very happy Rhea won.
Me too. Very good.
Clean. Yep. Finisher. Dead center of the ring.
I agree.
Good match.
Yep.
Terrible build. There just wasn't none. She came out 2 weeks before Mania and said, I'm fighting you. She said, you're not ready for Asuka.
She said, she came out and just, hey, I want an opportunity.
She smacked her in the head with the table.
Yep.
They lost to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, and then here you go.
Yeah, then they put him in a tag team match. They did that with Bianca and Sasha. Like, why would you do that? They're not going to get along then. They're not going to get along now. Like, why?
All right, so let's go to that one because there's a lot more to talk about with this one.
Oh, boy.
Sasha and Bianca.
Good match, yeah.
I thought it lived up to it.
That's
one of the better women's matches at Mania.
It is exactly what we all thought it would be. It was the epitome of what a WrestleMania match should be.
You had
it had
the feel,
a great build. There
moment.
Was a story. There was a moment. Yep. There was a good match. It was the epitome of a WrestleMania feud.
That spot where she jumped out of Sasha jumps, she catches her, rolls over, carries her all the way across the ring, picks her up over her head, carries her up the stairs, all the way down the fucking apron, then throws her in.
Yeah, man.
And that was like her homage to Mark Henry. Because Mark Henry signed her, or he found her and was like, sign this chick.
Oh, was that right?
Because I heard him busted open because Mark was like, Mark's an emotional dude anyway.
Sure.
If you guys listen to that show,
he's
So he's like, I signed her, and he's like, that was kind of his tribute to like when he used to pick people up.
Sure.
So she like tributed to him, which that was
really
pretty
cool.
badass. And then she wins with her fucking finisher. And the best part for me, the match was great. And
she took her.
Sasha can't stop from smiling, even though she has to be the heel. She's on the ground like they just made like the first African American women to ever make it at Mania.
That's
put on a hell of a match.
They did,
and then she's can't help but to be happy like what they just accomplished. She kind of broke character.
Well, hey,
but
I saw they showed Bailey crying watching it. Watching her best friend main event WrestleMania.
I'm not a Sasha Banks fan, which I've said
redeemed himself.
Oh,
get rid of the probably.
Oh, Bennett.
Sasha is the best woman wrestler.
I wouldn't get that. I wouldn't get that carried away.
She is
Bennett
the
and Josh, really.
Best in the world.
I will say this about Sasha Banks.
She's good. That's it. I mean, I wouldn't get carried away.
I'll go there. I can't think of one on top of my head. She is the best women wrestler in the world. Right
nope.
now.
I would.
Don't nope.
I would phrase this.
No.
Sasha is arguably the best woman on the main roster, and arguably one of the best on the current roster.
So she's not the number one.
She's not in the world.
There's more than one.
The thing with Sasha is she's not like she's good.
Denise, I don't want to hear your shit.
She's not the best. She weighs 4 pounds, man. Like she's not.
Listen, Denise. May 29th, JD Legends. They have a wrestling ring there for that midget show.
Oh, there we
Me
go.
versus Denise, non-title. I will defend her women's championship against her.
I like Sasha Banks, but listen, she looks weak. Like Belair,
but she's not.
Belair,
they're the same size.
But no, Belair is ripped. Sasha is weak.
Sasha's ripped.
I
gotta show you some pictures.
She's ripped for her weight class. She looks
like a twig. I'm sorry,
but she's ripped for a girl with no fat on her bones. But Belair is ripped.
She has muscle and she has strength.
This is a really cool moment.
Like it was.
And I don't get into that.
Sasha
kind of shit
is a
anymore.
really good performer, but I'm not going to sit here and call her the best in the world. We all like Eddie Guerrero. We all like Eddie Guerrero. But like her shit.
Yeah.
I'm not dead.
Bennett, you and Josh. Wow, best. One of the
best in the world.
That gash on her belly.
Not her.
Oh, dude, that finish was great.
Yeah,
she had the mark.
And that's not something she's used.
No, she hasn't.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She normally choked
I
people
love
with her hair.
It's like she was on the bump the next morning, and they were like, "What made you use that?" She's like, "I always have my hair like that."
She does,
and nobody really messes with it. So if they leave it alone, I won't use it. She kept fucking trying to use it to her advantage, so I hit her with it, and it worked.
And it's fucking got her
the win.
I
think that's gonna
turn to a thing.
No, I don't think. I think they're gonna probably have a rematch. I honestly do have a feeling that Io Shirai is going to show up on SmackDown.
I think so.
The fact they did not bring her up on NXT, her fighting Raquel again don't really make sense for just Raquel to go back over. Io's lost one match in a year. Why have her go?
It looks
against
like
her
they're
again?
all in for Raquel.
They could put her on SmackDown. I mean, granted, they did release Billie Kay. Mickey.
There's room now.
I mean, this is why they do these cuts, right? They call up people. They sign a fucking 32-person class.
Yeah, they have a lot.
I mean, they have a lot of people coming in.
It's a revolving door. WWE.
Yeah, then 5 years from now, half of them will be gone. It's just like
it's a revolving door.
Everybody that watches watches this show knows I'm not a Sasha Banks fan, but I will sit here. As
our 3.7 million viewers all know that.
I like these numbers,
but I will, as a wrestling fan of women's wrestling, I will sit here and give her credit for a great match as a performer. But saying she's the greatest is way too much, because would you consider a greatest? When you look back at her title reign, she loses nonstop.
And she's 0-6 at Mania now.
But you could look at Bayley for an example. She had a great year.
What did they do to her at Mania? Her getting thrown down the fucking ramp by the Bella Twins was so stupid.
That was, and I like the Bella. That was pretty stupid.
Well, but you can't account WrestleMania as your go-to, because let's look about The Rock. You know, The Rock is a huge name.
You told me that the other day.
When it comes to title matches at WrestleMania, The Rock is 0-4. He has never won a title at WrestleMania.
And he'll be 0-5 after next year when he loses to the real head
1-4 when he takes that.
They're not going to bring The Rock back to beat Roman.
Long-haired.
They could.
Very side character in Hobbs versus Shaw motherfucker is going to get destroyed.
So to answer your question, I would have Bayley. I wouldn't say she's the greatest, like above Sasha, because Bayley had a great year. She held the title, broke her record too, by the way.
She also is weak though. She just looks weak.
She never lost it. She always retained it. Sasha does not have that. She always loses her title, like when she gets it. I can't respect someone like that. I mean, I can't respect that with the champion. Bayley has a great year, and this is how she's way better than Sasha. So Sasha is on the list.
That's it, Denise. We're going to throw hands. Woo! Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Denise. See, she knows. Denise would kick your butt. You better watch out.
She'll chop you.
She can order the Charlotte Flair robe and come out.
She'll make her own.
I want to make profit off of this.
If she has the long hair like Charlotte, Denise, you should be like Charlotte and get her robe.
Me strutting out JD Legends with my RSH belt and my G-string as my ring attire.
Your G-string?
Yeah. I'm gonna wear my G-string, and I'm gonna wear that Heath Slater. I'm gonna wear that Heath Slater I Got Kids shirt.
No, you're not wearing that, my
that combo right there.
No, you're not.
I still want to see like a 3MB like return.
I do too.
You know,
hey, Jinder was on stage.
He was. He was
why,
there.
Why was he on stage? I didn't know he was.
He's still there.
Ew,
Sleeper
gross.
hold. I don't tap. And I have insomnia. I don't sleep. So
Denise, I would be your manager. I'd be in your corner.
Let's get the let's
I
do
can get her the Charlotte Flair.
We still got
robe.
the main event. Calm down. We got it. Let's hit some NXT
Don't
really
ever
quick.
tell a woman to calm down.
Shut
up.
You're not a woman.
Maybe women should calm
You're
down.
my sister. All right. So we covered night one. Right.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
So night two, Gargano retained his title against Bronson Reed, which shocked the hell out of me.
It did.
We actually ran over a little bit last week. And by the time I got home, like Chuck was texting me updates what was happening because like
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
I realized that Peacock wasn't installed on my damn Fire TV.
That's the worst.
So I had to go to Downloader and like
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I kept fucking up 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, Fire is all fucked up.
So by the time I got back, I seen him hit the double DDT where he does it jumps in the ring and hits it twice, and he won. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So I missed the ladder match, which I went back and watched.
The match I missed was the ladder match, which I have to go back and watch.
It was amazing.
I saw it all.
I have to watch.
Not to brag.
Not to brag. Okay, not to brag.
The ladder match was badass.
I have to go back and watch.
Devlin and
good?
Escobar tore it down.
Was that
Yeah,
good?
they did.
That was a great
I have
ladder
to go
match.
back.
I do, and I miss that too. That's one thing I miss in WWE or in the main roster, I should say. Is this a good ladder match because of Money in the Bank? They don't do it anymore.
We haven't had a good ladder match since like the TLC days.
It's
Back
just
when
no.
Edge, Hardy, and
Right.
the Dudleys,
Edge
and Christian, and the
Right.
Hardys built that up, and nobody's really done nothing with it.
It's
since.
when they created the Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
It got watered
is
down.
when ladder matches went
I
away.
would much rather that just be a match at Mania.
It's like in WWE.
Why not have that be a match at Mania? Then have somebody fucking win it and cash in.
It used to be.
I know, but then they're like, "That's so cool.
Yeah.
Let's make a pay-per-view of it."
But even with that, just the existence of ladder matches no longer exist on the main roster because you don't have ladder matches for the title. Now it's just Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
So
they find something they like and they use the fuck out of it.
All in.
And
nothing
that
else.
died in a week.
Oh my god.
They could have milked. I know they could have milked that for longer than a week.
I'm glad they didn't. That was so gross.
My neck,
But
my back,
like-
my whole.
like-
You could have made a remix of that old school song.
There's a
with it
new
and everything.
WrestleMania when Mandy Rose fell on her butt.
Yeah, dude,
That's her
Mandy
new
fell.
moment. Yeah, they kind of, and then Nia fell off the apron.
You remember when Mandy felt Mania? That was funny.
It was funny.
And then Nia fell.
Then AJ about fell. He came out. He was like,
I saw a thing with Mindy when she saw that somebody put Randy Orton in there. And
"Yeah, I sent you the
How
Ed Sperner."
Oh yeah.
But then Nia Jax fell off she fell off the.
They were doing that on Monday. They were trying too hard. See, they had Nia falling.
That's the
having
thing.
another moment.
She fell organically.
Something it has to be, and once you go all in on organic shit, it's no longer fun. And like, when's the last time? I think the last time I can honestly remember seeing a title get taken from a ladder is John Cena like taking both belts. Like they don't have ladder matches anymore in WWE or the main roster, Raw, SmackDown.
Did they ever have ladder
And it
matches
makes
or
me
tag
sad.
titles?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they got famous.
When it was
Edge and
actually good.
Christian,
Yeah. Absolutely.
The
TLC, man.
TLC matches.
Some-
I
SummerSlam
forgot
and
about this.
WrestleMania.
I remember watching those, but those were the best matches.
And just like ladder matches used to be a big deal, and now it's only Money in the Bank. Only. And it's watered down now. And the watered down is gonna happen because of the day that we live in. That's going to evolution is a thing. But still, there used to be a spectacle to a ladder match, and that's gone, I think, with Money in the Bank.
They do a lot. They see something that Hell in a Cell was a WrestleMania match. Now it's a fucking pay-per-view. Like Extreme Rules, I get it. But like there's so many other like look at NXT in your house. Like that's a badass pay-per-view. We haven't seen it forever. That pay-per-view is amazing.
Sure.
Like you don't have to just recycle. Oh,
Triple H.
I'm ready for WWE Firefly Funhouse on July 18th, like a pay-per-view about it. Like, no, you don't need to do that.
Yep.
We need Money in the Bank at Mania. They act like they haven't had 1,000. Bring back Unforgiven. Bring back fucking No Way Out. Bring back No Mercy. Bring back the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
First
February.
Blood.
Like, no, I'm serious. Like, they can bring back. They have like 10 more.
Yeah, there's tons.
There's 20 to
I'm
30
sorry,
names
not
they
First
could
Blood.
bring back.
Bad Blood's what it was called. Bad
Dude,
Blood.
They got fucking Halloween Havoc. Use that instead of Hell in a Cell.
Dude, there was
They used it in NXT and it worked.
one of the most probably popular ladder matches was The Rock versus Triple H for the IC title.
Yeah.
Imagine the IC title having a ladder match today.
The IC title back in the day was
It
like
was
the match
prestigious.
for the IC.
It was prestigious.
The ladder and the IC, like Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that started it all.
Like,
that's for the IC.
That's where the
You're
IC
right.
title was
You're
relevant.
right. Yep.
That was the match for it. That's what you knew.
Right.
Hell in a Cell used to be, you're going to get fucked up by The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Now it's
Every year.
it's a pay-per-view.
You have two of them. When was
Then they do one at Mania still.
Right. When was the last singles ladder match on the main roster, Raw and SmackDown? When was the last one-on-one man versus man ladder match?
It was KO and Shane.
Is that right?
It
On
was.
the first night they went live on Fox.
Is that
Remember
right?
to end that feud. That was it.
I remember
Before
that.
then, that was the payoff.
I think it was John Cena and Daniel Bryan. Is that a ladder match?
Let me confirm mine.
I remember John Cena being in a ladder match with Daniel Bryan. I could be completely
I
wrong.
have other.
Remember the payoff?
I've been drinking a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little.
So
If you're complimenting Bad Bunny, you're definitely drinking a
Remember
lot.
because Loser had to leave or whatever? Yeah, so Kevin Owens beat Shane in a ladder match on SmackDown. It was
Okay.
the first SmackDown when it went to Fox.
I gotcha. So that
Loser
was
got fired.
that
Shane
was
got fired, and he
earlier
just
than I
fought at
remember.
Mania.
all right.
Right.
But if you, that kind of hurts my point. But what was the first one
To be
before
fair,
that?
before that.
I mean, I do remember that now. After you said it, I'm like, oh yeah, I did watch that. But they just
That
don't
was the night
happen.
SmackDown turned around.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with
Because
that.
they've been great ever since.
I was wrong. I'm happy that I was wrong. I really thought Fox.
Well, still, that was like 3 years ago almost. Still, because remember, SmackDown's been on Fox for a couple years.
It's
So it's been a while.
It's been a year.
Listen, this website has every ladder match ever
It
done.
does. Wow.
Shit. Okay, so when was the last one before 2000 and probably what year is it now?
Dude, NXT's had
2019?
a ton.
Wow. Of course. They did.
This is main roster.
On the main roster.
Raw, SmackDown,
All right.
or pay-per-view on
So,
Raw, SmackDown.
WrestleMania last year with COVID, you had Morrison, Jimmy, and Kofi because they had to split that in
Oh,
half.
I'm just getting destroyed on my facts.
Well, look, you still got main roster. So main roster. Fuck.
Or like a main roster pay-per-view.
All right, November 22nd,
Oh,
2016.
God.
James
You know what?
Ellsworth beat AJ
Stop.
Styles in
I
a ladder
do-
match.
Dean Ambrose was in that
Yeah.
match.
Yeah,
I
they
remember
were-
that.
They're
But
best
up
friends.
until then, 1, 2, 3. There's been 17 on pay-per-view or NXT
Since Money in the Bank existed.
since 2016. No, ladder matches. There's
Oh,
been 17
shit.
ladder
All right.
matches since 2016.
Oh,
Wow.
NXT, you're saying. I got
NXT and WWE pay-per-view.
I gotcha. All right.
But to be fair, they've had 2 War Games, which is like 4 between those.
Yeah.
Then Money in the Bank. So
Well,
there's like
NXT
most
still
of it.
does them.
Yeah.
I'm saying like Raw, SmackDown
Yeah, so
pay-per-views.
2016.
All
Before this last
So in the last 5 years, in all of WWE, they've had that many.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
There's a bunch of old.
but the main
pay-per-views.
roster
It's-
don't. But I remember the Shawn Michaels, Undertaker.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
That's badass. That was in Raw.
And that
back
put Jeff Hardy on the
like
map.
08 or something.
I remember.
Yeah. That was classic. And then like Taker just kept beating the shit out of him. He's like, "You can't break me." And then Taker like shook his hand.
Yeah,
That's what
there's
you
a
do.
bunch of old pay-per-views like we were talking about. I'd like to see back, like Bad Blood. I liked that.
We'll have to start doing that. Just still
Armageddon,
working fan
Unforgiven,
shit. We're not
No
doing
Mercy.
5-3-1. We'll just go all over the fucking place.
I've always wanted to do this since we've done this show.
Like-
I always want to do like half of it current day, then half of it like old
Yeah.
school fun stuff.
Favorite, yeah.
And I
We'll start
also,
doing that again.
not to steal Tyler Peters, from his podcast, but I've always wanted to like just
Which
sit
one?
down, take away the audio, and just like, I know copyright we probably can't do it, but just I do a play-by-play of the paper.
commentate it.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Some of those old.
I'm still
pay-per-views
kind of
are
mad
good.
that I think at Legends we were going to get the chance last year to possibly come and do something like that.
Yeah,
we-
guy was
and
like,
then
fuck it.
COVID was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
COVID hit, and so now they haven't had them back.
Yeah, we were this close to getting famous, guys, and then COVID hit. And
Maybe not famous, but
And
like
now
we
we're
were
in my
going to
garage.
possibly.
I
become-
tried to get us famous. I tried.
Well, it ain't your fault.
I
COVID
know.
hit.
Yeah.
I know.
But before we go to the main event of Mania, touch on 2 matches really quick. Cole and O'Reilly.
Loved it.
it's good.
Amazing, man.
Can't beat it.
Hardest hitting. I
Yep.
don't know.
They-
Ciampa and fucking Walter.
Also awesome. I love that. I honestly
That's my match of the year.
Totally
right
in
now.
a biased opinion. I love Walter Ciampa.
I don't have a particular love for either guy.
I love both of them.
I like Gargano, so I'm not very fond
We
of
know
Ciampa
you love
because
They had a feud.
they were tag teams
and
and,
that's-
Ciampa turned on him.
That's when I got into Ciampa, man. Was when that happened. That's why. I
See,
really,
he hurt Gargano,
yeah.
and
He did.
That's when I got into
that's
Ciampa.
for me's match of the year. It was match of the weekend for me. My 3 top matches were that, the ladder, and the triple threat main event. Bianca and Sasha was great. It's so close, but goddamn, was that ladder match good. And
It was-
Ciampa Walter was just fucking ridiculous.
It was.
There's a reason neither of those guys were really on NXT this week. They needed a week to heal. Walter did a
Yes.
video vignette thing,
Sure.
and Ciampa did a backstage interview. They don't need to wrestle for
No,
a while.
I
They
would
were
agree.
exhausted. I don't
It's-
blame them.
But Ciampa,
It's okay to take a minute to
Ciampa
relax.
called out MSK, so that makes me feel good that maybe MSK is about to get a nice rub for maybe Ciampa and Thatcher.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Walter, they're recruiting more people in Imperium, it looks like. So
Oh, we're
they're
gonna get some
expanding
more.
Imperium because they're about to cut Alexander Wolf, I think, the redheaded guy.
I love how they just do that. They just fucking stand there.
Oh, I was wondering, what the fuck are you doing?
The matches, I love.
Hold on, one more real quick. Cross and Balor. That was a good one as well.
It was good.
Cross won the
I
belt.
really wanted Demon, so I was a little disappointed.
Yeah.
But
I kind of knew it because Finn Balor wouldn't announce, "Hey, I'm the Demon." He would just show
I
up.
feel
as
like-
the Demon.
The Demon would have been promoted.
that's
They always have.
no, they always
before.
haven't though. No,
Back in NXT, they used to always announce it.
they didn't. I remember watching one where we didn't know. Like
WWE didn't.
Kevin
well,
Owens
WWE
one.
announced it. They started
Yeah,
to.
hell yeah, they did.
I
'Cause
mean, the
he
main
only
roster
used
did.
it once, I think.
Yeah, not very often. But in NXT, that was his thing. He would just show up. It would be a thing. Will he be the demon? That was like how it was back in the back in like 16.
It's been gone for so long. Now
Five years ago.
Advertise because some people don't know what the fuck it
But
is.
that's the best though, because imagine it's been we haven't seen it in years now.
Right.
So imagine when he just shows up. Holy shit!
Like when Balor fought Bray Wyatt,
That's a match that has to happen again.
Yeah,
as the demon.
2019 in Saudi.
Oh,
and
God.
that was announced.
Andrade.
And that was announced. So we haven't but we haven't seen the demon at all in 3 years.
We haven't.
2 years. That's math. 2 years. And then the last time that he did it without being announced, who knows? I mean, that's you probably Google that.
I
too,
liked
suppose.
Cross and Balor's match, but it would have been so much better with the demon. But it was great. Cross won the title. He never lost. I was happy for him.
It's a good match.
And I'm the only one that picked Cross. You guys
Cross
picked
a
Balor.
fucking superstar.
He's a monster, man.
No, he's a beast.
I
He'll be on the
don't know
roster.
what's next for him
I
as
don't
far
know
as
either.
who's defending, but
I don't think it's going to be Balor. I think Balor is going to move on to hopefully
bigger and better
what do you
things.
guys think? Would you enjoy more, TakeOver or WrestleMania?
Well, we had different experiences. Like I watched NXT by myself on the computer. I enjoyed it. I watched WrestleMania Night 1 with you. I enjoyed it. I watched WrestleMania Night 2 with Josh and my wife. I enjoyed it. So they were just different experiences.
Right.
I would say overall, all 4 nights delivered pretty well.
I enjoyed NXT more.
I did too.
That's fair.
And I enjoyed last night's NXT was good. I think SmackDown was very good leading up to Mania with the promos with Edge and Roman
SmackDown
and
was fun.
Bryan.
I enjoyed those.
It was a promo heavy show.
Yeah, that's what we. But
Which is
that's
fine.
what
It
you
was-
need.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the Andre the Giant match was good. The Fatal 4-Way, the fucking Ziggler and Root kept the
Right.
belts.
You
I
can't,
know.
you
What-
can't have
That match was really good.
Really?
Sure.
And there was no shot in hell I thought they were going to keep those tag belts.
We all
Every
picked-
fucking
we all
team on
picked-
the
we all
show.
picked the
Now where do they
Mysterios,
go?
we did.
That's why I think a tag team might come up.
Yeah,
I think
I really enjoyed the SmackDown before WrestleMania because that's what they did it perfectly. You didn't need to see Bryan, Edge, or Reigns in a match. You need to see their 3 point of views.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I was
Beginning,
invested.
middle, and end.
And I was
They hit
they
all,
did.
and all
They
3
sure did.
promos were great.
And I was invested in all of them. I thought Roman's was the weakest because he's boring, but that's a different debate. But
Edge's was good.
Edge's
was
was
the best.
phenomenal.
It was
Edge's
best.
was the
He
best.
was crying.
Like,
man,
you see the emotion and the stuff in his face.
Yeah.
That's
I like
the
when
best.
he's like, Daniel Bryan. Like,
that guy.
all
He
right,
gets so upset, like you with Charlotte. He
So
gets
I
so
know-
upset with that name.
we'll run over a little bit. But whatever.
That's fine.
But like, we had a lot of shit to talk
A lot
about.
of talking.
So
about
we
it.
planned this out a week ago. We're like, we have so much shit to talk about. That wasn't counting the first 25 minutes of the releases and Aleister Black.
Yeah,
Sure.
So that's new news.
that is new.
I love how news drops on like Thursdays.
I
too.
know,
Like,
it's
yes,
like-
more shit.
And
They
looking
do.
for us
They're
to
like
right
RSH
now.
needs this.
The triple threat match: Roman Reigns versus Edge versus Daniel Bryan. So there's a point in this match. 'Cause I watched Sunday with her, and Edge had fucking hit. I forget what move he hit, but he had it, and it's like
It's
he
probably
had
a
him
spear.
tapping out. He had it.
Oh,
And
the
Roman's
crossface.
hand was
the
up,
crossface.
and
Yeah.
Bryan jumps in and grabs his hand. I was like,
Crossface.
Edge is gonna fucking kill.
And they had
Yeah,
that.
he is.
They had that stick in
Yeah.
his mouth.
And Roman like he's
Yeah.
about to fucking die. I was like, dude, like, but
Yep.
I tell her, I was like, Edge is gonna kill him.
He
Like
is.
anytime Edge had a chance to win, there's that little bat. It's like that little
Yep.
gnat.
Daniel Bryan ruined
Like
it
that gnat you're
every
fucking with.
time.
That's Daniel Bryan to Edge. He's like, damn it.
There was
I
a
can't.
split second when I thought that because they were in the double crossface with the stick,
He was gonna
I-
tap.
and then I realized he can't tap. His arms are like this.
So imagine what Edge is going to be like tomorrow. He's going to be furious.
We got to get a one-on-one out of this.
But
right?
we will. But I really, there for a split second, I was like, dude, how hilarious. Storyline wise, it'd been really funny if they were like co-champions because of
Right.
Daniel Bryan
Oh
leeching his way with
God! And
Edge.
he's like, you again.
Yeah, I know. Like it would have been just he's leeching. That's been the whole storyline.
Yeah.
We're going to
But,
have a furious Edge tomorrow and Edge possibly calling Daniel Bryan out.
No,
maybe.
not possibly. It's gonna be an absolutely. He cost him the match.
He's like, I'm going to put an end to this problem that I'm going to go face
All right.
Roman.
So on Twitter, this is where
Right.
things happen now.
Oh,
Charles Robinson got a little bit of beef or flack from fans.
Oh,
He said, "Well, Daniel Bryan was at the very bottom, so Daniel Bryan technically got pinned."
he's been a referee for a long time. He knows what he's talking
Charles
about.
Robinson was like, "Yeah, I know all the rules.
He's a little
I
Nate.
did my job.
Yeah.
They both lost. Roman won. Suck it." Adam
Huh.
Pearce subtweets and says, "Charles, I need to see you in my office Friday at 8:00."
He was on Twitter, not
So,
an email.
yeah, so-
on Twitter.
Oh, no.
Apparently, there's going to be discuss. I think it'll lead to
8 o'clock.
Edge
I guess.
versus
Sure.
Roman, which is
Roman,
fine.
That's, yeah.
Which Roman should go over again,
Sure.
Once
or
again.
Edge gets caught. Somebody screws Edge. I think we might end up seeing Edge destroy Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam or something.
I mean, they're definitely have a one
because
match.
there's no way they
Yeah,
can
they're-
let all this shit.
they have their own feud now.
Edge was about 4 times. He
Every
should've won.
opportunity,
Yeah.
Daniel
And
Bryan
there he
came
is.
out. Boom,
They have their own
boom,
feud
boom.
now. Absolutely.
But the concerto makes me think maybe we don't see Edge tomorrow. He did get the concerto. They both got the concerto.
yeah, Edges looked rough.
You might just get Roman coming out saying, "I told you."
Took them both out.
Yeah.
Bitch. But I mean, it's still,
That
it's
too.
not, I told you, it's still bullshit.
I do love Archie.
I know. He can't win without
He
cheating.
was like, "Damn it, that
Yeah.
Jey Uso guy again." It's like,
Yeah.
that's a heel.
Dude, you go back and
Yeah.
you watch Triple H's matches in the 90s. That's why I hate Triple H so much, because the same shit with
Over
DX
and
Any
over
heel
and
ever.
over and over and
Yeah,
over.
like I do love Uso. Like he's just always there at the perfect
Just
time.
bouncing.
Like he's about to get concerto. He
Just
gets
kicking.
then he get like stretchered out at the
Yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
Then he's back.
Yeah, he's,
I think
running
didn't
around.
Edge take him out? in the
I need a
match?
girl
Take out-
that's as ride or die as Jey Uso. That
oh,
motherfucker makes sure whenever you need him, he's there.
He's
you
there,
need a
yeah.
ride or die chick. That's the Fast and the Furious.
Nah.
That's what's her name? That's Dom's girlfriend.
Listen, dude,
That's,
John
she's ride or
Cena
die. Remember?
doesn't
Oh,
get me
yeah, I
pumped up
remember
enough to
I-
go see that. I'm not.
Dude, that looks rough. Anyway, that's a different.
That's
That's
what
a different podcast.
all of them.
That's the
But-
Fast and Fury, possibly. Podcast.
What was her? Letty. Letty's ride or die. That's her name. Letty. She's a ride or die chick. She
That's
says
Vin
it.
Diesel's girl.
And she even says it. Ride or die.
I bet you just
Remember?
refer to her as Van
The only
Diesel.
Fast Furious movie I saw was the one after Paul Walker died.
8.
Yeah,
That's like the worst one. That's don't.
I went to see it because
You've never seen the original?
sort of.
Oh my god! All
I've
right,
never
we need to
saw-
wrap this up before I start.
I've never
yelling
seen
at you.
any. I've never seen any of them, so I don't care.
You should. They're phenomenal. I
All
watched
right.
them all in my theater room.
So,
Back to
what
back.
was this triple threat delivered for me? I think it was the best match of Mania.
It was very good.
It's one of my favorite Mania matches of recent memory. I always forget the no DQ factor because now it's a thing
Everything
with triple
it
threat.
has to be.
So
yeah.
like the when Roman got speared off the steps,
Mhm.
Jesus,
That's-
that was a rough bump.
tough.
yeah, it looked hurt,
th-
painful.
They took some bumps.
They did.
To me, this is like top 5 of my favorite rate. It's in my top 5 somewhere of
Right.
Mania matches.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean,
It's
I
somewhere
can't do
in
that.
there.
I don't remember. A lot of them.
Shawn and Taker,
Absolutely.
both of them are in my top 5.
Number 1's in my top 5. 2, I remember thinking it wasn't as good, but I had it on a pedestal, so that could be why. I really enjoyed Edge versus Mick Foley.
Yeah,
That's a really good one
Foley
at
was good.
WrestleMania 22. Also, one of my top 5 is Vince McMahon versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 22. That match was just storyline epic. But
It was nice to see the fans back.
It was.
No fans going forward, but
Nope.
reports are in August they should be back up to almost damn near full capacity. And maybe SummerSlam we're going to get a full house.
that'd be fun.
I
So that'd
hope.
be nice.
Can't wait.
But yeah, a lot of shit.
A lot.
I watched AEW for about an hour and I turned it off.
It was all right.
I'm not going to watch wrestling tonight. There's nothing to watch.
We're exhausted.
I don't watch Impact.
We love
I probably
wrestling.
won't
but
watch SmackDown until Saturday or Sunday. At some
Sorry,
point.
rapid fire wrestling. I just
We
don't have time to
gotta,
watch.
we gotta get our brains tired. Our
But,
brains are tired. Too
dude,
much wrestling.
So Raw, 3 hours. Hall of Fame. We didn't watch it live, but we watched so many videos of it. We might as well. So there's
Congratulations to them.
So there's
We
4
know.
Good job,
hours.
Kane.
So we're up to 4 hours.
Yep.
NXT 6.
Yep. NXT.
NXT Night 2 8. SmackDown 10.
God.
Mania 14. Mania Night 2 4 more hours. 18. Raw 21 hours. NXT 23 hours.
Wow.
AEW 25 hours of wrestling in a week.
That's a lot of wrestling.
That's over a full day.
That is. That's math.
I
Well,
watched an hour of it, so I topped out at 24. So
It's a lot of thinking.
I need to
Wow.
give my
Definitely.
brain a break.
Me too.
It's a lot.
I've been
It's a lot.
saying, and then today I'm like, no wrestling except for the show. These 20 people got released. Like, damn it, it just doesn't end.
We had to look at something.
But
WWE life.
kudos to WWE.
They did a
good
great
shows
job.
all the way around.
Great to see fans. It was great.
Good for
Amazing.
Impact for moving their show.
Right.
They don't know why they were going up head. Tony Khan says on Busted Up yesterday, he goes, yeah, I have no idea why they scheduled that.
Whoops.
Oh.
He
What?
said that he's the one that told him to move it, which I don't know if that's part of like the feud they have with Impact,
Yeah.
or if he's just like, yeah, I'm Tony Khan, I do everything right.
I mean,
but
I feel like the person who scheduled that probably just wasn't paying attention.
they're like, oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Mania weekend,
Yeah.
who
He
cares?
just didn't know. He probably doesn't watch WWE and just didn't
God
realize.
damn, Joe. Joe from Working Fans watched 12 shows, but he watches
Wow.
like
He
MLW,
watched all the shit.
ARW,
Yeah.
MLCK, LARW,
We've
ML
never heard of those.
NLW.
RSH. You know.
No,
That
he's
bet- that
probably
better-
skipped that one.
That better be your top show here.
Yeah. Stand your ground. Armchair.
Is Armchair even on anymore?
Desk chair.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of wrestling last week. It was nuts, but it was for the most part pretty good.
It was good.
I enjoyed
Raw
NXT.
after Mania pissed me off. That's when I was like, all right.
It pissed a lot of people off. And as I understand, it's supposed to be the best Mania of the year.
Yeah.
I wasn't going into it with that aspect, so I didn't really give a shit.
God damn it.
And I enjoyed it.
Honey, it's over. It's fine. So fucking stupid. This was all that mattered this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm screaming at the TV during that main event. I'm telling her, I was like, I need Roman. She's like, I want Edge or Bryan to win. And I was like, I wonder why. So like, as soon as they had Roman in that chokehold,
it looked rough.
I'm like, no. If I ever lose this, I'm gonna cry on air.
Well, you're gonna cry on air come WrestleMania Backlash.
I was WrestleMania wasn't
one of us is going to take it. Your time's going to come.
I just got listen. So if that does happen, Money in the Bank's next. I just want my briefcase back.
Oh, well, relive what you did to me. Yeah.
Listen,
okay.
I was missing.
As long as it's not on me.
You did have a good year.
I won. I never lost. I won Money in the Bank. You were champion for about 37 seconds.
Yeah, that's good.
On air, and you cashed it in on me.
Yeah, your run was about as good as the Forgotten Sons on the main
roster.
It was
on the palm of my hand.
Who are those guys?
Hey, the one guy is with Elias, and I'm sick of him jobbing. By the way, just want to throw that out there.
I'm tired of it too.
The guy that works with her at Legends was like, "What the fuck are they doing with Elias?"
Seriously.
And it's like,
he said he has every gift in the world, and this is how you treat him.
That's embarrassing.
When you're on Raw, that's what happens, I guess.
All right, real quick before we go off, after Edge, who do you think Roman's next opponent is?
Man,
I honestly, Big E maybe. I don't know.
I think it's Big E or Cesaro.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. Cesaro.
I think Seth and him fight again.
Not yet though.
Not yet.
That's gonna
be. You know how Backlash. You know what she asked me the other day? She's like, why are they doing all these rematches after WrestleMania? I was like, where have you been the last 10 years?
Yeah, it's
Backlash. Now they're named it Backlash after Mania. So now it's going to be Edge versus Roman, Drew versus Lashley, Riddle versus Sheamus, Apollo versus Big E for the 8th time.
It was Backlash for a long time, and then they just turned it into Extreme Rules for some reason. And then they brought back Backlash last year, but it was like 3 years used after WrestleMania.
The greatest wrestling match in the world. The greatest wrestling match in the world.
It was
with Orton.
But so now they put it back in its right time slot. Like Peacock knows where it belongs, but they had to add the spoon fed.
They had to spoon feed the new people. Like, all right. WrestleMania. Oh, that is
Backlash. Yeah.
If they call it the Money in the Bank after WrestleMania, I'll lose my shit.
These pay-per-view names do matter. I see.
Good shows. Kudos to all the talent. Nice to see it.
Amazing job. Yeah.
Imagine how much they worked over the weekend.
Yeah,
especially to all the rain.
I know we're bitching about watching it. They're fucking there doing it.
Michael Cole had a poncho on.
Hey, I think we know why Brock didn't come to this year.
Yeah, dude.
Right.
He's like, there's gonna be rain.
Listen, bro, I go on first. It's already 8:45. Yeah. I was supposed to be home by now.
He's a country boy. He's like, there's gonna be rain that day. I'm out. Yeah.
Brock Lesnar's way or the highway.
I don't do shit by the ocean. Too much risk of rain.
Yeah, next week maybe we'll start. We're going back to normal shit. We don't have a pay-per-view. We don't have Fallout.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start doing our we'll talk amongst us three and figure something out. Maybe we start doing some of our top.
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll do something.
There's tons of it.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff.
We're not going to rip off working fans because we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of 5, 3, 1.
We're gonna do. They do 5, 3, 1. We're gonna do 4, 2, 0.
I'm doing 9, 9, 2, 1, 0.
Oh God.
8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9, 9. All of them.
Oh my God.
But be sure to watch Working Fans every Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Same time, different day. Check them out. They're good.
Yeah, they invited me on once and I couldn't make it, and they haven't talked to me since. I figured, fuck you, AJ.
You
I know it's you. They don't know what like a real champion on the show is. Like, like AJ used to wrestle, never won a belt. The other two do commentary.
That shit.
Now
we're starting Wednesdays versus Thursdays.
But enjoy that title because it's going to lose.
Listen, when we need to go on Wednesdays, we know what's up. Like,
we used to be on Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's our original.
For you old school fans, you knew that we
moved
because of Wednesday night.
Wednesday night war, so we didn't take all their viewers,
which is no longer, which is gone now. So.
Sorry, Impact.
Yeah, they're
sorry, Impact. What's Impact?
We're starting to get more views than they do.
What's Impact?
All right, guys. Hope you all enjoyed WrestleMania weekend. We had a good time. Hope you all enjoyed. What the fuck?
Quit blocking my face.
That's perfect.
You jerk.
Be sure to go on to my personal go to the RSH Twitter and see this text from Chuck.
Did you post it on there?
Do you have to disrespect? Really?
To be fair,
he sends this to me while we're both
yeah,
intoxicated.
that 11:30 is PM, not AM. Just
Keep
so you
in
guys are
mind.
aware.
Keep in mind two things.
The difference is you were drinking at both times.
First off,
Fair.
we don't
Same
know.
points.
First off, we don't know who Ben is, and then he was intoxicated, so that's a different story.
Fact.
One of those things is always true.
Ben doesn't drink. Chuck drinks a
Technically,
lot.
both of those are always true, but we're in kayfabe, so whatever.
To be
And
fair,
you blocked me out.
I
Really,
think it's
jerk.
okay to drink 11:30 AM on a weekend anyway. I mean,
Damn.
I worked in the weekdays.
Quit blocking.
Every time I put this up, the viewership goes higher.
I know, right?
Quit cutting me out.
Like, what's this shit?
Really? Now you can't see me.
But anyway, at least Bad Bunny is now gone, so that's cool.
Damian Priest gets his life back. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
well, we'll
I'm
see.
sorry. That's dramatic. I'm sorry.
But that's it. Hope you
That's
all
it.
enjoyed the show, man.
Yeah.
And be sure to follow us on the social media. Be sure to go to whatthebuzz.com. That's what is that a hyphen? What they call it?
Yeah.
What the buzz.com. Check out all the amazing tools, live podcast, audio podcasts, all of the good stuff. Be sure to follow regularly as scheduled hostilities on all of your social medias, including TikTok. That's right. This isn't Kesha. This is RSH TikTok.
You know what we should do next week? We should build our 38 card.
I don't know what that means.
Build your WrestleMania 38.
Oh, okay, we could do that.
I did 5 of mine.
Yeah, you have
So
your
we'll keep
article
it.
about it.
We'll keep it. We're not going to do like we did our WrestleMania 37. We did like 25 matches. Let's do
Sure.
like 10
Actually,
and keep it.
water it down.
Because we could do that and like a top
I dig it.
something.
I dig
We
it.
could start doing that with our show breakdowns.
I dig it.
For all as shitty as it was this week, I'm not even putting it on the banner.
It's too embarrassing. We want to talk good wrestling. No, that's
All I do is
bad.
cuss at the TV and throw shit on Mondays.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, that is the breakdown of our show. You got a little highlight of what we might be doing next week's show. So,
Sneak peek, yeah.
and that is pretty much all we got. So,
Yep.
until next time, friends, continue to fear regularly scheduled hostilities.